Hi everyone, and welcome to RollBound 2. I am your DM, Chas, and I'm going to go down the list and have everyone introduce themselves, starting with Groove.
Good tidings. I am Groove, and I am bound to the role of Jonathan Oneros Phage.
Alrighty, Allie.
Hello, I'm Allie, and I am bound to the role of Prince Xander.
Alright, Minnow.
Hello, I am Minnow, and I am bound to the role of Vivian Deshays.
Alright, Joey.
My name is Joey, and I'm bound to the role of Jay Elwood. Forgot his last name for a second.
Alright, Dakota.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota, and I am bound to the role of Lysel.
And last but never least, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey, and I am bound to the role of Emiko.
So I figure I just lay that one out bare, you know.
Oh, but no, they
People
don't.
get really emotional when you bring these straps up. They get moved.
But where we last left off, you guys had done a few extra things leading up to the day that you are leaving Mapleview. And before you leave, you know, when you are all getting ready to exit the tavern, a woman walks up to you, and it is the individual that has been giving you pastries every day, and for the longest time she had no idea that you weren't residents, and she's holding a plate of fresh ones, and she lifts up her hands and says very kindly, "For the road! Take as many as you like. This entire platter was made for you."
Vivian sneaks up behind her, chloroform rag in hand.
No.
Xander's going to look at her and say, "How many of those platters do you have?"
Well, me and my son prepared for this morning. One's already
No,
been
no,
handed out to
I
the-
mean specifically the platter, the dish that the pastries are on.
I have at least 5 of them at home.
Incredible. I give her a gold piece and I take the platter.
Oh, and she
Here's
like
$600. I'm gonna take that trade from you.
Yeah, like she looks at the coin and like bites it and then looks at it impressed and puts it in her coin purse.
Xander just kind of like half shrugs as he's walking away. I don't know how expensive those are, and I really don't care to ask. And plus, I don't have any silver, so there you are.
You did a great job. She says as she downs her third pastry.
Yeah, and
Great. So we have.
Where are you getting these pastries from?
I make them
She makes them.
every morning.
Can I have one?
Everybody looks at Joe. Well, you just grabbed the whole platter. Xander just sighs, takes a couple steps towards Joewood, and just shoves the whole platter under his fucking helmet.
Thank you so much. That was good. Very much.
Vivian grabs 2 more while everyone's distracted.
Yeah, there's like, she actually made it to where this platter has like 3 different pastries on it. Basically, it's one for each fruit that they grow in Mapleview.
I'm so excited for us to be pulling the crumbs out of these old-ass pastries like 3 months from now in-game.
No, we can put them in the bag that has all the other, like, ingredients and stuff that doesn't go
We
bad.
can. Hey, Chas, what happens if we put pastries in a bag and then we smush the bag?
What happens if you put them in the bag of preserving and then smush them?
Yeah.
They stay smooth.
Because no, they shouldn't though. Because it's like amending in addition to be preserving. I love this bag a lot.
I guess the question is the bag smart enough to not, in quotes, mend intentionally altered items?
It is. It definitely is, because I feel like we've had this discussion before. I gotta tell you, like, most days I have to stop myself from thinking about this bag. That's how much I think about this bag. I wake up in the morning and I think about the bag.
I guess then my question to you, Minnow, is: are we smushing them intentionally and then putting them in the bag, or are we just like, if they get smushed in our travels, we're gonna put them in the bag to revitalize?
That's a good point. We're gonna test it. One of them we're gonna put in. We're gonna intentionally smush.
If you
Pull it back
if,
out.
if,
Party,
if it gets
like,
smushed,
you know that, and I know that. But
if
does the
you
bag
s-
know that?
if you smush it before it gets put into the bag, if it's still like, if it's not destroyed, as in it's like the pastry's not ruined, it still is the way it's supposed to be, nothing will change.
Okay, well we have to define our terms here. What do we mean by ruined?
So if we like rip it up into 5 little pieces and then put it in there, it's not going to reknit itself. But if we someone sits on it and then we put it in there, it's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say fine.
I respect that.
Well, it depends on the ass of the person, I suppose.
It's a relative term. We can use the word fine for now.
If I sit on it, it's gone. That's all I'm saying.
It's going right up there.
Yeah.
Xander's asshole is a vacuum.
It is what is keeping the shit in right now.
In order to poop, he has to put his thumb in his mouth and blow really hard to counteract the vacuum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that work? I feel like you're cartoon physicsing a little.
No, my sources trust me, bro.
It works when you're a rock man.
I made it the fuck up.
Let's spend the next 40 minutes talking about this bag, and I mean that unironically. Every day, my work suffers because I'm busy thinking about this bag instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Do you want me to add the bag to Vivian's character art?
I haven't gone outside in weeks.
It's fucking magic. It's just magic shit that stops the entropy of nature from overtaking whatever's inside of it. It's nothing crazy.
The fact that you think that's not crazy is why your bloodline will fail.
I like how Joey chose to say that in the most metal way possible.
I've been doing a lot of writing recently.
It's nothing special. It just stops the flow of time and reverses entropic forces on anything you put inside. Like, my fucking god!
It's amazing what man, a thesaurus, and the common cold can do. All right.
I'm gonna put your opinions in the bag so they come out better.
They'll come out exactly the same. How are you not getting this?
You are correct. No, you're absolutely correct. Because you know why I know you're correct? Because I think about this bag all day.
Hey, chat. Xander's gonna open up his map and then tap his finger on SkyMount and get really disappointed when nothing happens.
SkyMount.
All right. Yeah. Stop distracting us,
Travel.
Nikki. All right.
What?
I love it. I love it. Mickey fucking breathes. Minnow, shut the fuck up.
We saddle up the mounts if that's okay with you, Mickey, and then we're gonna start putting all of our stuff together. Throw the corpse of Johnny over the back, and we will start going.
This is the third time we've said throw the corpse of Johnny over the back.
It just really rolls off the tongue. It's like cellar door. Throw the corpse of Johnny.
Well, not only does the phrase roll off the tongue, but Johnny keeps rolling off the fucking mount because we don't have any ratchet straps.
Yeah, true. We gotta get some of them ratchet tie downs for his ass.
That's true.
Bazinga. Okay.
I'm gonna use all 50 feet of rope to tie Johnny to the underside of a parasaur.
Parasaurs are big enough where you can just throw him long ways over the back of one and he'll be fine.
Oh, I know. I said what I said.
Okay.
Together and then just drag him behind.
No.
The best part is he's conscious for all of this.
No, actually, he's unconscious. He's unconscious because he's a Dreamweaver.
Sure. You got me. You know what? Hey, you got me on a technicality, and I respect it.
I'm gonna draw a dick in the forehead and tie him to the underneath of the parasaur.
Bro's about to find out what happens when you fall asleep first.
No. All right.
Well, if we put it on the bottom of Seymour, the dick might match up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I'm telling. No. You can say no all you want, unless divine intervention or the gods themselves stop me. I'm tying Johnny to the underside of a parasaur.
It's me. I'm God, and I'm stopping you.
Okay. Right. What does this divine intervention look like as Johnny attempts to tie, or Xander attempts to tie Johnny to the
common sense.
Chaz
it
goes
looks
into
like
out
common sense.
room and turns off their computer. That's what the divine intervention.
All right, but.
All right, Mickey. Seriously.
Fucking DM overreach. This is
got everything ready. Let's go.
Alright. So.
God, Dungeon Masters are such bud skills, bro. What the fuck?
The gang leaves Mapleview. 30 minutes of us trying to leave Mapleview.
Yeah, so. As you head outside and start to leave, all of your parasaurs are packed up. and you are on the road. It is a lightly rainy day, nothing that would impede your travel or anything like that. It's just a very light rain. It's a little cold outside as it is winter, just not deep enough into winter for Farwood to start experiencing heavy snow. Not yet. And the trip to SkyMount will take around 3 days. Despite the fact that even if it is technically the city that Mapleview is tied to, it is still a bit of a ways away, and through very, very intense and large woods. And the start of your adventure is pretty lax. You pass by the ruins that you went through when you first got to Mapleview, and they still sit eerily under all of the foliage of vines and the underbrush. And I would say about 4 hours into the first day, I would like Lottie-Dottie everybody to make me a perception check.
Off to a great start.
Put those in rolls for me, if you would.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. That's pretty bad.
No way. What luck. Oh, I'm so excited.
God damn it. Clicking on all the wrong shit.
Oh, I am so excited. You guys have no
It is,
idea how excited I am right now.
I forgot that my perception was shit because I'm a fucking paladin.
Hey, can you stop trolling us, chaps? Thanks in
I'm
advance.
excited.
Twinsies, oh my god, Lysel, look.
Oh man!
We're
The two
like,
characters that do similar things, they both
We're-
got the same role.
we're like siblings.
It's
What do you
funny.
do, Jeff?
I felt better at it just by nature of wisdom being their secondary stat.
Yeah, and I'm bad by nature of perception being bad.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 1. I got a total of 5, but like, I don't think it matters.
All right, Emiko, it's
An
on you.
18. Yeah, so as you're all, it's almost perfect that it's Emiko that sees this. As you're all going through the woods, Emiko, maybe it's from boredom, and you're just looking around for really anything, as this is going to be a long trip. Something catches your eye, and you blink a few times as, like, oh, that can't possibly be what you saw. But you see a little creature in the bushes that once you two make eye contact, it scuttles and starts running away. And it looks like this, but animated and living. About the size of a small dog. Just this little elephant that
Whoa.
looks like it's made out of, like, porcelain, like that blue painted fine china-like pattern. You two make eye contact, and it just runs away into the bushes.
Emiko is going to pull on Xander, because Emiko and Xander share a mount, right?
Yes.
She's going to pull on Xander's coat and then jump off the parasaur and run after it.
Yeah, so everyone,
Oh shit, we're running. As Xander chases after.
Yeah, everyone else sees this as well. Like, Emiko, like, snaps her head to the, bushes, and then suddenly hops off of the parasaur that her and Xander are riding on and runs into the woods.
And you see, Aerithil, another really cool thing about the bag is that, oh fuck, Vivian pops off as well.
Oh, are we going?
No, she's not. She's gonna turn the parasaur towards it.
We all have. So you hopped off the mount? Do we need to hop
No,
off the mount?
I was going to say that, and then I realized that was a stupid idea.
I
So
was
yeah,
asking Emiko, but yeah, okay.
Emiko
We're
will jump
gone.
off
We're gone, bro.
because yeah.
You can't talk to us. We're gone. Like, we left.
Yeah, so
When
the
I
rest...
say Emiko, I mean Mickey.
Yeah, so the rest of you are following, yes?
Yeah, I'm following on the parasaur. Did we name these bitches?
Yeah,
Well, some of us did.
yeah, yours
Yeah.
and Vivian's is named Seymour. Lysel and Johnny's is named Chloe.
Chloe.
And I don't know what Xander and Emiko's names, but you bought that one, so they can name it now.
Wait,
Its name is Sir Reginald.
Sir Reginald, yes.
who's Seymour, that's mine. Who the fuck is on my mount with me?
Oh my god.
Vivian and Arathil.
Christ, dude. Okay.
Joey, are you okay?
No, I woke up with a fucking cold. I'm trying to
Oh, buddy,
catch
I'm
up.
sorry. The thing is, you're trying to catch up from 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, Emiko, as you're running through the brush, you see it like turn its head because you're a bit faster than it. The only reason it's ahead of you is because it started running first. It looks over its shoulder at you and then goes, "Ah!" and then starts trying to run, but its poor little legs are just not enough. And then you see it like trip over a root and tumble and slide and roll in the mud until it hits a solid object. And the object that it slams into, at first you think it's a rock, but then you notice that it is a giant teapot just sitting in the middle of the woods. And when I say giant, I mean it is so large that a person could fit inside of it.
You
Okay.
could probably just ignore that.
Okay, so Emiko is excited and a little bit stupid. So she's gonna dive at this thing as it's like rolling in the mud. So she'll probably wrap her arms or like her hands around it as it's hitting the teapot. So she also goes face first into the teapot.
Can I attempt to stop this?
Make me
She
a
goes ass over
acrobatics check.
How fast do the mounts go?
Me make an acrobatics check?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
60
okay.
feet, by the way.
Joey,
should
that
be
was
okay.
very funny, by the way. I just want to throw
Thank
that out there.
you.
Acrobatics. 16?
You stop
Okay,
Emiko hitting her face from hurting. You know, you like, she dives for the elephant, you dive for her, and it's kind of like a weird, like, slower tumble. So now it's like Emiko's face is like gently pressed against the porcelain of this teapot, and you're like holding on to the back of her coat to keep her from falling.
Yeah.
so we're all just like laying in the mud together.
Yeah, fucking Joe Wood and Vivian come in. Xander
What are you
just looked
doing?
up. This isn't what it looks like.
Well, it looks like you're wallowing around in the dirt.
Oh, well, in that case, it's exactly what it looks like.
And Emiko's just gonna fold up the thing between her hands like you hold like a bird or a chicken. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Xander is going to, at this point, stand up, kind of dust himself off, and is going to look at this teapot.
Yeah, it is.
Because it feels really suspicious. There's a giant teapot out here.
Yeah.
So what Xander, I think his immediate thought is, that is strange, and it feels a lot like the same sort of situation as my signet ring, perhaps, just on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Because he's seen like this before.
Yeah, coming from a place where there are a lot of genies, this does look very genie-esque. And the teapot, by the way, is not touching the ground. It's actually resting on a cloud of, like, golden mist.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's some genie shit. In Primordial, Xander is going to say, excuse me, kinsman?
The elephant... By the way, Emiko, are you still holding on to the elephant?
Yes.
It is, like, shaking, and it, like, looks up at you, and its ears, like, wiggle, and it just goes... Burr!
Emiko, put the elephant down, I say in common.
Oh, and then she opens her hands for it to like jump off of him.
Yeah, it, jumps up, like, runs up the teapot, which is weird, because it doesn't look like that should be possible, but it runs up it like it's some rock, and then, like, quickly scuttles underneath the, like, lid of the teapot, and, when it does, you see some steam start to come out of the teapot, and then the, lid of it starts to, like, rattle.
That? What is that? I want to know what that is.
Just
I believe
rattling.
it's a mini vessel,
And then,
much like my ring.
and when you say that out loud, Xander, the lid of the teapot pops off and starts flying in the air. And you know when you set off a bottle rocket, that little, like, whistle?
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like that. And then you see two blue, pointy, animal-like ears pop out. And then eventually a person jumps out, floating for a second before slowly resting and sitting on, like, the brim of the teapot. You see this man, kind
Do I
of...
recognize this individual?
Make me a history check.
Hey,
Oh my god, it's King Yo-Yo.
we love Yo-Yo.
Hell yeah, brother.
Who the fuck is this man?
Yeah, he has, like, tanned skin and, like, long, like, medium to darkish blue hair, and he has a bunch of kitsune tails behind him that are the same color as his hair that taper off into, like, a lighter blue.
That's a
How many
17,
does he
by
have?
the way.
What did you say, Emiko?
How many does he have?
He has 9 tails.
Okay.
Which to you, Emiko, is the fucking craziest shit you've ever seen. By the way. Because you have never seen a 9-tailed fox in person before. Heard of one. No one exists, because they are the king of your kingdom. But he never has them out. And that was bestowed upon him. Hey, it's your DM speaking. I just wanted to say that I am a liar. Also, I do these for comedic effect now, and I haven't done one in a while. But Emiko is from a noble family in the kingdom that she's from, so she has definitely seen a 9-tailed fox before. In fact, she's seen 2 of them. And editing, it is so absurd to me that I said that with confidence, so I needed to interject on myself, which I haven't done it in a while. Enjoy the rest of the episode. As well, by his grandmother, who, you know, passed away in a great calamity that happened almost 100 years ago.
Emiko knows the story well.
Yeah, it's almost like you were there. And, anyway. You said that was a 17, Xander?
I did indeed say that was a 17, Chas.
Yeah, you look at this individual and you study him for a moment, and you are absolutely bewildered. Because this individual is... You've only seen drawings of him, but you know that this is an individual, assumedly, you can only... All the things add up, named Kin Helio. He is a... merchant is a decent way to call it, that travels to adventurers that need him, quote unquote. That's all that he says.
We love this fucking guy.
Xander is going to give a respectful bow, and say, the proclaimed merchant king himself. A pleasure, Kin Helio. I am Xander of Petrus.
Yeah, he goes, hello! Oh, so nice to see people that recognize me. The last time I had someone recognize me, it was very charming. It's been such a long time since I've been in Kelmra.
Yes, indeed. The entourages from the Air Kingdoms often speak tales of you.
Oh, of course they do. I haven't...
How are you enjoying it in Kelmra so far?
Oh, it's been a delight. You know, now that you mention it, though, I haven't been to the elemental plane of this realm in quite some time. I should visit.
Well, darling, you are of course also always welcomed in Petrus. I'm sure my mother would be delighted to have you as a guest.
Kin Helio squints, and he looks at you, and goes, by the gods, are you Nimra's son?
I am indeed guilty as charged.
Oh, no wonder I was called to this neck of the woods. Oh, you've gotten so big. Last time I saw you, you were just a tot.
Well, I don't know what to say. I have no memory of meeting you the first time, but it is an honor nonetheless.
I used to be invited to your mother's parties whenever it was important or whenever it was needed.
I see. This is good to hear.
Oh, delightful, delightful.
But I suspect you are not just here for the sake of social reintroduction, as it were.
Oh, not at all. And he, like, hops back into the teapot, and he comes out and says, you know the drill. I always show up when adventurers need me, and I think I have just the things for you. But first, some introductions. I know you are Xander, and he, like, gestures vaguely to everyone else. And who are the rest of you that I find myself in such fine company?
Oh, but of course, I apologize for my rudeness. This is Emiko, a dear friend of mine, and one that I have only met very recently, but has made quite the impact on me. This is Mistress Vivian, who has sort of, at least in my eyes, become the de facto leader of our little organization. We call ourselves the Silver Lining, by the way. It's a delightful title. And this is Sir Elwood, a knight of Retka, who I've grown quite fond of. This is Lysel, a very stunningly deadly warrior on the battlefield, and somebody with a heart of gold, if I do say so myself. And that under there, tied under the parasol, is our friend Johnny. I really don't know much about him, but he's a very esoteric character, to say the least.
Yeah, and Ken, like, looks at everyone and just nods and goes, a motley crew indeed. I think I have some things for you. Oh, let me rephrase that. I know I do. And he stands on the edge of his teapot, jumps in the air, and basically does like a swan dive back into his teapot. And when he lands, it literally sounds like when someone drops a coin in a bowl and it rolls for a few seconds.
As he's in his teapot, Xander is going to kind of like chuckle under his breath, look at Emiko, and be like, you know, it's funny. It kind of gives me the impression of what would happen if you and I ran at each other really fast and fused into one person.
You know, as she's like dripping with like mud and everything. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, darling, you have gotten yourself in quite the state. I'm going to,
Oh my god, Groove's here.
I'm gonna just clean off Emiko real quick. As Johnny awakes, being tied under the parasol.
Wait, I have a very important
I'll get him. Vivian walks over and unties Johnny.
I'm so glad Groove is here.
Hello. Thank you for waking up. We seem to be in the presence of a one Kin Yo-Yo, I think his name was.
Kin Helio.
Kin Helio, that's what I said. How you doing, buddy?
Kin Helio?
Kin Helio, correct. Have you heard of him?
Yes, need more TV.
Oh my god, are you serious? He's here?
You've been alive for 12 days and you know this person?
No.
But you know of this person?
Nope.
Oh, okay, yes. Kin Helio is here. Let me go introduce you to him. Apparently we do that now. We don't introduce ourselves. Xander, introduce Johnny.
No, he did.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Well, he's in the teapot right now, so I can't really speak to him right now, can
Okay, we'll prepare something good.
I?
Yeah.
You know what? Sure. Fucking Xander is gonna do some Earth Elemental type shit, and fucking change the color of dirt to be like more gold, make it into a crown, and put it on Johnny's head.
Yeah, when Ken rises back out of the teapot, he goes, I've gotten everything. Oh, your sleeping friend is awake now.
He absolutely is. May I formally present Johnny, the sleeper prince of... I actually don't know where he's from, but he's quite powerful and quite magnificent, and you should pay him the awe that is due of the stature of the true dream walker, as it were.
Vivian holds up a card that says 7.2.
Ken, like, blinks a few times, but the smile doesn't leave his face, and he goes, oh, it's so nice to see friends speak highly of each other. Well, I've gotten your things. And, he, like, waves his hand, and this like golden and teal energy wraps around these objects that he has, and they kind of like fan out in front of him, as if being held up by this magical energy. And there is a few things.
Just picture him throwing a duffel bag out the top, just crushing Emiko under it.
It reminds
Hey,
me
first
of
character death.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas with fucking Max just like standing, arms outstretched underneath the falling fucking.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'm
Kind of-
so sorry.
Kind of a weird first death on RollBound, but
We really are looking out for that death, aren't we?
Yeah. So, what items are before us?
God is working on it. Give him a second.
Or are you typing in loot?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening here?
I really hope we don't have to pay for these because we don't have that much money.
I am a walking arsenal. We will all have at least 200 gold pieces if he accepts trade.
Oh, he met me when I was a baby. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Dude, is this your guy? Is this guy your Maleficent?
I'm just saying, in real life, everybody who ever met me as a kid has at some point given me free shit.
That's true. That is the rule. You met me as a baby. I'll take that staff of power.
Staff of power? What?
So we're about to
God, I
find
hope
out.
so. Please.
Sorry, it's a
We
list
need
of a few
7
things.
million iron stones.
Please do not
I-
remove a staff of power.
I really hope they
Please.
finish typing this, and it's just like everything is at least 15,000 gold.
Oh, damn,
Like,
sorry.
Jason's
Looks like
just-
you can't afford it. Goodbye. And he's just like,
I hope it's just
A 15,000 gold bag of holding.
I hope it's just
No.
like a whole bunch of like, cloak of billowing, a wondrous figure that turns into a bronze sable, a rag that is perpetually wet but only on Tuesday, like that sort of shit.
oh my god. Okay, I know that you're talking about funny ass, like, stupid magic items, but I really think it would be fucking sick if we got one of those figurines that has, like, smoke that trails out of it that just morphs into an animal.
Yeah, the figurine of wondrous power.
Yeah.
I hope we get one that turns into a bronze sable.
The hell's a sable?
I want a robe of useful
Look it
items.
up.
I'm surprised you don't know what a sable is, Minnow.
Oh, that's so cute. Look at that little guy.
Yeah, it's
Look
adorable.
at his little face. He's doing all the hoppy.
He's
Yo,
ugly.
I'd fuck you. I'd take a
I like
bronze
how-
image of a sable.
I like how their
Sorry.
conservation status is at least concern.
I mean, look at this guy. Do you think he's concerned about anything?
I-
Look at that.
I-
Look at that steppy.
Oh, I
That's a big old
guess.
steppy. He don't care.
I also hope we get a spell scroll of Tensor's floating disc.
No, not even the spell scroll, but just the actual disc that never goes away.
That'd be pretty
I would
funny.
take that. I would take that. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
present to you Tensor's floating disc. How do we cast it? You don't. It's the disc.
It's just the disc.
The
That'd be fucking-
whole
You know what
disc.
that?
Right there.
You're telling me I have a purple arcane disc that holds up to 500 pounds and follows me
And it
wherever I
never
go?
goes away.
Yeah, sign me the
You can
fuck
use
up.
that as like a weapon. It's like a moving Beyblade.
It will follow you.
You cannot use
Forever.
that anymore, unfortunately.
It's actually a cursed
Really?
magic item that always perpetually smells like someone farted.
Oh no.
I'd take that. Here's the thing. I've removed curse, so
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
that's fair.
What would it be called? Tensor's floating whiff?
bro, like no, he pulls out a living, stinking cloud.
Bruh.
Living cloud?
Yeah, living spells are a thing that exist.
Wow.
That's
They're really
You know, why do you sound like you don't care at all?
I do. I'm sorry that it came across that way. I have like 3 tones of voices and they're used interchangeably. So it's very hard to tell when I'm being genuine, but I said, wow.
Wow, really clarifies it.
It was just that the gift of the
You say Jiv? Ew.
gift.
I also say Jeff, get out of here.
alright.
Ew.
I'm guessing you,
Yeah, so
you
he
must call it mag.
I'm not having this discussion with you again, Joey.
Okay, I am taking that hat and I'm giving it to Vivian. I do not care.
Oh, what
The hat?
She has a hat.
Oh,
There's a
you
hat.
put it in the
You didn't put it in loot, you fucking weirdo.
Sapphire
No.
dolphin.
That's
Silly
because
goose.
I'm gonna put the actual things in loot.
I appreciate that.
Freak.
I really thought you were going to come in hot with a slur there, Joey. I didn't
No.
know where you were going.
I think the fox flesh should
I don't
go
do
to.
slurs on podcast.
If it works for Emiko, otherwise Xander's how they could match.
How is Emiko going to put on a fox mask if they're
I
already
don't
wearing
know.
it?
Okay. Vivian shoots a gun in the air, so everyone stops talking at once, and then she looks up and she says, "Mr. Helio,
Yes.
please tell us what are, first of all, we are delighted to meet you, of course, etc., etc. We do, however, not have a lot of coin to go around, but if you look at the back, underneath the bag where we had the unconscious body of our friend Mr. Ophage, we have quite a lot of weapons and items that we could use for trade. Are these things that you would consider taking in exchange?"
Well, the value of my items are dependent on the individuals that I meet. So had I met you much later in your journey, these items would be a lot more expensive. I do not bring my business to people that cannot partake in it. That would be unfair and also very bad business practice.
Wait, is he calling us cheap?
So are you saying that your items scale?
Yes.
He's saying that we came up with our name 2 days ago.
And he says, how about this, though? Well, these items still are on more of the expensive side. For all of your more mundane items, if you give them all to me, you can have 2 of these items free of cost.
That's not a bad deal.
DM, does my knowledge of commerce and economics make this seem like it would be a fair trade?
Make me an insight check.
Insight it is.
We all know what that last is.
That's number 2! Let's go! Natural 1. Total of 4.
You have no clue how it works outside of the elemental plane.
I look at Vivian and I say, no, that's totally a fair deal.
We're going, and she holds up a hand. What do they do?
Well, pick an item and I'll tell you what it does.
I pick all of the items. What do
The
they all
pendant.
do?
What does the pendant do? I want to know what the pendant does. Tell me what the pendant does.
You can start with a pendant, but then I want to hear what all of them do.
He, plucks the, pendant up, and let me open my notes real quick, because I had closed it to go look something up. I'm sorry. Don't accidentally close the recording program. That would be bad. Yes. This. Ironically enough, speaking of the elemental plane, this is actually something that I got from it from the, leadership of the Water Kingdom that was reigning about 300 years ago. This pendant allows you to cast the spell. I believe those in the material realm call it haste, as well as another one that lets you basically conjure up a concentrated blast of very harmful water. It also gives you the ability to swim and breathe underwater.
So the second one was the description of the amulet with the sapphire dolphin.
Repeat that again.
Was that all for just the dragon pendant?
That was all for. Was it the dragon pendant? I thought that was the amulet. My bad. The dragon pendant. For the dragon pendant that looks like it's carved in a bone. He says, "Oh, this item allows you to a total of 3 times, only 3, cure curses."
And after the 3 times, it is inert.
Correct. But it is made out of pure dragon bone, so it is still valuable after its uses.
What's the big hat?
Sorry, that was funny. I just read Mickey saying Dakota's head jerked up at the word haste. Oh, yes. This hat... Going back into my notes. I'm sorry, I am flipping through like 3 different things of notes because I'm stupid. This hat was made by an old friend of mine who unfortunately has passed. But this was her hat. Effectively, once per day, it allows you to turn into a cat.
You know, I just want to say that in the description of Wild Shape, it states that, you know, everything that you are wearing or carrying melds into you unless you choose for it not to. And you can keep some equipment equipped to you as long as it's appropriate for the creature that you're morphing into. So with all of that said, I'm just saying, if you get this hat and you wild shape into a cat, you can keep the hat on top of your head.
And then wild shape into a cat.
Be a cat in the hat.
Green cat with a hat.
What I love about this is like I'll turn into like a tiger or something, and then I'm a tiger, right? And I still have all my stuff on, and then I turn into a cat. And so then someone's like, "Oh, it's just a cat," and they're like, you know, if they're nice to me, it's great. But if they're not, I turn into a tiger and I maul them to death.
Oh, that's amazing.
I could also just turn back into a goblin and maul them to death. So.
What about that glass eye? Oh yeah.
The glass I actually have right here. Oh, this allows you to detect magical signatures within 30 feet of you. Don't worry, no.
I have a question.
No crazy things. You will not have to replace it with your own eye. That's the person who originally had it did, and it was messy.
I no longer have a question.
Sorry, that was really funny. I have a question. No, you don't have to replace your own eye with it. I no longer have a question. Fuck.
I mean, it wouldn't even be a problem for Jelwood. He's just a writhing.
That's why I was gonna. Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was like, dude, I could just replace my eye with this, and then they're like, you don't need to do that. Ah, well, now you're taking the fun out of it.
You can. You do not have to, though.
Now I don't want it anymore.
No, yeah, I don't want it.
Okay, if you can and you don't have to, why would you ever?
Jelwood is like so like pettily disappointed.
You can disable yourself if you want.
For just the stupidest reasons. He's like, the dragon pendant doesn't turn you into a dragon. You don't need to replace your eye for the glass eye. Like,
yeah, like I could replace my index finger with a pencil, but I could also just hold the pencil. Gotta get crazy about this.
Yeah, but if that pencil was like, oh yeah, you can write things from any published work into reality with this pencil, then I would want to replace my finger with it. Mostly so that I can draw a middle finger with my middle finger in the air.
So that's just called plagiarism. I can do that already.
Ouch. Okay.
Well, fuck you can.
Oh shit, I wrote that in the wrong.
Come over to my house and draw me a beautiful woman right now.
I won't do that, but I will right-click save as your NFTs.
I don't have any NFTs.
Oh man, behind the game.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
But with a mask.
There we go.
Okay. The eye that lets us detect magic within 30 feet. How often does it let us do that?
That is passive. It's not casting detect magic. You effectively have mana vision if you are attuned to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're definitely taking that.
Yeah. You have it
Where's
all the time.
Mask?
The mask is basically I have this in my compendium. It is a mask of the fox, which gives you advantage on specific skill checks that I don't remember off the top of my head. But this one is easy. I just have to fucking pull it up in my notes on my phone.
Would the property stack with my current mask that does the exact same thing?
Your mask is actually better than this one. Because it is not a Kitsune mask, it is a Soul Guardian mask. But to remind everyone what it does, wearing the mask grants you advantage on all deception, sleight of hand, and persuasion checks.
Definitely think Xander should have that. If we're getting it.
Okay, I described that. Ouch, motherfucker.
Yeah, Emiko would be, like, she would want to get this mask. She wants this mask.
Where are you gonna put it?
On Xander's face.
You're gonna put it on the mask.
Don't worry about it.
What if someone tries to take off the first one?
No one can remove the first one, it doesn't come off.
But if they try to remove the second one, then you have another one under it.
Well, yeah, but her original mask can't come off, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but if somebody tries to take off the mask, I don't think you're understanding me here. If someone tries to take off the second mask, they'll have another mask under it.
Whoa.
I don't think you're understanding me.
Well, I mean, like, what are the chances they're gonna try and take off another mask after they just took off the first one?
They'd be so surprised.
Yeah. And then you kick them in the shins.
They used their action to take off the first mask. Little did they know there was a second underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
For all we know, that could be the case right now. Mickey could be playing with their mask very close to their chest. It's just
How do we know it's
all
not a third mask?
True. I do think it was great that Chaz said, "Oh, the fox mask. That is what is called a fox, or a mask of a fox."
Yeah.
Which is
It's because I've sent like the item, and that is what the name of the item is.
Sometimes it is what it says on the can.
Are you gonna send like your descriptions like later?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't have to be like during the meeting, just like afterwards. More loot.
Are any of these attunement, by the way?
The dragon pendant isn't, but anything worn is. But the pendant is more of like a totem.
So hat, amulet, circlet, eyeball. Okay.
You'll add me.
Ooh, what about the bag of ancient coins?
Kin grabs these and he says, "Oh, these are very, very, very good. These are actually multi-purpose," and he takes one out and he like kind of twists it between his like clawed fingers. "These can be used for a multitude of things. Every time you go to sleep, as it were, you can change what their purpose for one day would be. You can use these as a way of communicating with one another, although it'd be really weird talking to a coin. It's just something that they can always do. And then, additionally, these can be used to cast what you call the alarm spell. It comes from an old fable of a man who left out a bag of coins and would know if someone stole from him if any of them went missing. Which to me doesn't make that much sense, but, you know, magic items are magic items."
Johnny is fondling the bag. How many coins are in it?
The bag itself is considered like one cohesive item. The total amount of coins in the bag is 20.
Interesting.
So we could have 20 sending stones?
Effectively, yes. It either basically, between the two options, it can either become a bunch of basically 20 sending stones, or it becomes a singular cast of alarm. It's not used up when you use it, it's just that's what the two options are for the item. And you change what option you want it to be on a long rest.
Got it. So if we have the sending stones and we use them, we can then use them the next day as well.
Yeah. So if you don't change it, you don't change it. But then if you use them as sending stones the next day, you're like, okay, well, we might need to cast alarm. So we're going to do a little thing with it during our long rest, and then now that's what it does.
And are these classic sending, like classic 5e sending stones once per day use? Per stone?
Yes. For these ones.
So 20 uses of sending per day is pretty great.
Yeah, this is a great group item because we can set it to alarm most of the time, and then when we go on stealth missions, we can have it for sending and stuff.
Well, I think they said that. Chess, is it once per day? You can choose which one it does.
Effectively, yes, once per day. Every time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have to plan for stealth missions, so the night before we change it to sending stones, and then we do the thing, and then.
Sounds pretty good on its own. There's 20 sending stones.
Yeah. Okay.
Johnny
great.
moves from the coins and begins sliding his fingers along the body of the quill pen.
Yeah, and then the box of rings are just, it is one box, but the box has 3 rings of protection in it. +1.
That's pretty good.
We have great marshals.
And the pen?
Oh, the pen. Wow, I'm stupid. I forgot.
Yeah, a little. No.
No, it's just I was going over and I just skipped over that one. Opening my phone. Oh, yeah. So, remember that item I gave you, the holy symbol of, I believe it was Guinevere? Was it Guinevere? That let you pick a spell off of the cleric spell list, I believe?
Yeah.
This is a similar item. It is an item that lets you pick a first level spell off of the wizard spell list.
First level spell off the wizard spell list?
Correct.
And it's the same way. It becomes whatever type of spell you can cast, and it's always prepared.
Yes.
Damn.
Wait, any first level spell?
From the wizard spell list, yeah. That's how Xander got aid.
Cool.
You can give shield to Gelwood or magic missiles to Lysel.
Which one?
Get what?
Shield.
It would be better with a full caster who has more spell slots.
Alright,
Yeah.
and then in loot, I'm going to post the list that I gave you and just put how much each item cost.
Holy shit. You could take Gift of Alacrity with it. Yeah, okay, we're taking that.
You can't take.
Wait,
You can't take Gift of Alacrity with it because Gift of Alacrity is not on the wizard spell list.
yeah, it is. I'm looking at it right now.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's how I have it on most of my characters.
No, you get it through Fey Touch, which just gives you a first level divination spell.
Oh, that is true, but it is.
So usually it's a wizard dunamancy.
Yeah, but the Dunamancy list, rules as written, the Dunamancy list is only available to Chronergy and Graviturgy wizards. It's not actually part of the wizard spell list.
Sounds to me. As we all know, Chas is extremely restrictive when it comes to what spells players can take.
Yeah.
This is really
would you
important,
mind
though.
if we had access to the Graviturgy spell list as well for Wizard?
For Gift of Alacrity, it wouldn't bother me now.
Okay.
That made it sound like I had picky about other things on that spell list. Sorry, I said that really weird.
To be fair, there are some fucking stupid spells on those lists.
Yeah, I just meant I said that way because you guys specifically said Gift of Alacrity. So I was like, yeah, I don't mind if you use it to take Gift of Alacrity. It's a magical item from a fox that comes out of a fucking teapot.
When you put it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Krabs.
What?
Funny you should say that. We watched one earlier.
Great. Are there any of these that we're not interested in? I don't particularly care about the hat.
I don't care about the hat.
don't care about the hat. I mean, yeah, it seems like a neat hat, but like I don't need it compared to everything else that's
It
on
says
here.
it-
Much better.
It says that item capabilities expand based on the person wearing it. Which I'm really interested in. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
but
go and
you-
put on the hat. What happens?
Nothing right away, but make me an Arcana check,
You-
Johnny.
We also get a picture of the hat. Like, what does big fancy mean?
Yeah. I'll go find.
I'm gonna Google image big fancy and the big fancy hat. The first thing I see is what this hat is.
No.
Boom,
My
got
mind
it.
immediately goes to the typical pimp hat where it's like got a giant ass fucking plume coming out of it. The brim is white as hell.
Yeah, I just want to say that Johnny, this is what you're wearing right now.
No.
Big fancy hat. First thing that came up.
It's really tempting. It's really tempting.
I wasn't for it before, but the fact that Johnny is now wearing that hat makes me think that we should really get that hat.
What does
It's
it
a very
do?
good hat.
I got a 22 on my Arcana.
Effectively, you know how it allows you to cast. I'm going to tell you mechanically what it does. How it allows you to cast spells, but then the maximum it goes is 3rd level, right? Basically, the
What?
person, like it lets you cast, like the highest level spell in that list is Call Lightning, right? Basically, what it's implying is if the person wears it continually and they gain in power, they will get access, like, to other spells. It will give them more
That sounds sick.
as they continue to wear it. Now,
And it's a once per day thing.
yeah, each spell is once per day.
Do you get to pick the spell, or do you get to pick the spell?
I'm picking the spell.
Oh, I don't know about it now.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's like there's nothing wrong with it. Just there are much better options here.
Yeah, it is a very thematic, fancy item.
Hey, I want the hat.
I think Darren would be great in the hat.
Let's start by talking about what we don't want, because there are no bad options here. But
No, we
got
to start with the hat. We're
Sure,
about
okay.
to.
Hat-
we're about to get this hat.
Hat 100%.
Yeah, can we just get the prices?
Oh yeah, I'm writing that down right.
I'm talking with the rest of you. Amulet of Sapphire Dolphin. I don't think I need that, but if anyone is dying to have it, great. Circlet of Branches. We don't really need that. Glass Eye. Great. Quill Pen. Fantastic. Bag of Coins. Fantastic. Pendant. It's a dragon carved out of bone. Who cares? Fox Mask is something that Emiko really wants. Box of 3 rings. They're never bad to have, but maybe not the best.
Well, I suppose it really just depends on how much they are.
I just put it in.
Oh.
Oh, Emiko has just enough for a Fox Mask.
Well, I still don't have enough for anything here.
Hey, Chas.
Hey, me.
Xander is going to hold up the unholy symbol, if you will, of Priscilla that he has been cursed by, and ask Kenhelio, hypothetically, if I were to break the curse and give this to you, how much would you give me for it?
Kenhelio will lean close to it, and he'll lift his hand near your hand and go, "May I?"
You may.
Yeah, and he touches your hand, and you see his eyes, specifically his pupils glow gold, and this radiant light comes out of them and looks over the glove, the holy symbol that you wear on your hand, and says, a magical item that basically asks a blood price for magic capabilities. Cursed item. I don't sell those, but I could repurpose the magic within it.
Well, I can break the curse if that's no problem. I'm just not sure what it would do.
Well, I would probably give you 150 gold pieces for it. That's the currency.
Oh wait,
value.
okay, so okay, buy the amulet, buy the dragon pendant, break the curse, give it to him, and we make it out with 2 curse breaks and 50 gold. Easy economics.
Does Johnny say that to Xander?
Hmm?
Does Johnny say that
No.
to Xander?
Xander would have that idea because he's so smart.
Xander looks at the symbol of Priscilla, looks at the hat, and says, "Alright then, give me just a moment." And he's going to kind of hold the symbol up to his face, and his eyes are going to start glowing, and he's going to speak directly to the symbol itself. He's going to say, "It's been fun, but I think I'm done with you."
And are you going to just because I know y'all were talking last time about like your spells and stuff, are you casting a spell, or are you going to buy the item and use one of its charges?
No, I'm just going to hold up the symbol of Priscilla. I'm going to Xander's going to snap his fingers, and there is a sound that comes from his hand of exploding concrete as his body and his aether just unceremoniously rejects Priscilla's influence from him, removing the effects of the curse from him, and he hands the item to King Helio.
While he's doing that, I buy the hat.
Yeah, but he will accept it, and yeah, he will give you 150 gold pieces.
Amazing, and I will take the hat.
Oh shit! You know what I just thought of? Hey DM.
Hey me.
What are those rings made out of in the box?
Platinum.
I need 65 gold right now.
No,
everyone, hang on 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
Did I like horribly fuck up my gold? So I'm counting like 200 right now.
King Helio,
Hmm.
I will give you all of the stuff that is on our bag, and you will give me 500 and let's see. That minus that, we will take all of these things, and you will give us 568 gold back and 15 silver. Sorry, 1 silver, 5 copper. Because the amount of money worth of stuff that we have on our bag right now, when cut in half, is almost 1,200 gold. And the amount of stuff that he's given us is a little over 600.
Make me a persuasion check, Vivian. At advantage.
Help guidance.
Well, yeah, you already have.
Wouldn't you know it, that's a natural 1 and a natural 4.
You motherfucker.
We tried to
I don't
How could you
him.
do that to us?
That's a horrible idea.
So that comes to a total of 7.
He taps his chin a little, and he says, I'm gonna make a roll real quick. Odds or evens?
Evens.
Even Stevens, I like it.
I rolled a 2. So, King Helio, he, rubs his chin and says, honestly, I don't have need for mundane items, necessarily, but I do arrive when adventurers need me, and that looks like a cumbersome load.
He said cumbersome.
He
That's...
said load.
He said come.
The triality of man.
the triality of man. Yeah, and he says, and because I know that the city merchants would give you a hard time, I accept your deal.
Let's go.
So he's accepting that he's going to give me 568 gold and 1 silver and 5 copper.
Yes. Yeah. He gives you the gold amount in platinum and then the rest of it. And all of the coins are I don't want to say suspiciously, because I don't want to add malintent to this, but they are, like, perfectly clean. They look brand new.
I mean, wouldn't you know it, so are all of ours, as she pulls them out of the bag.
His bag that lives rent-free in Minnow's head.
Oh my god.
You
know, the worst part is the whole time that Chess was talking, I was thinking about the bag.
Yeah.
So,
and
everywhere I go, I see his face, and it's just a burlap sack.
And Ken Helio smiles, and he, like, waves his hand, and the golden energy that is holding up these items disappears, and they all go to whoever claimed them.
Great. Anybody else got stuff we want to offload? This is probably the best price we will get for our magic items.
I am still giving him the. I am still giving him the motherfucking goddamn curse.
Good call. Yeah.
So I'm taking that out of my inventory.
I am skipping the buying and selling segment because this took quite a long time. Moving on.
Cool.
Hey, buddy. Mr. She wouldn't say buddy. She'd say Mr. Helio.
Yes.
Are you a fan of history by any chance? And she goes to the Parasaur Lothus and pulls off 6 tapestries that have been restored by the bag.
He will squint at them, not like negatively, as if he's trying to look at them.
Sure.
And real quick.
A discerning eye.
Yeah.
If he's making a skill check, I want to give him guidance. If he will allow me.
Yeah, he got a natural 20, so we'll add more to that.
Damn.
Yeah, so he looks at it, and he thinks really hard, and he says, these are very nice, but there is someone that I know of that would give you a better price than I would.
Oh, who is that?
There is a collector who lives in... There's a collector that lives in Snow's Reach of License. He is a collector of fine arts and ancient relics. He runs a museum there. And since these appear to be very old and things from Farwood that are allowed to be released and not kept in the historical keepings within Farwood, he would pay a pretty price for those.
Man, I feel like such a scumbag, so I didn't even think about that. I'm living my British museum life out here.
This is Jonathan Ferguson.
Great, yeah. What's the person's name?
His name is Marcello.
Does Marcello have a last name?
It's technically not his real name. That's his, like, artistic persona name.
Okay, putting it in air quotes. Marcello.
Putting him down as Marcello of Snow's Reach.
A place where we also wanted to go. That's good.
Indeed.
Marcello reached Snowson.
Also, to be fair, Minnow, I don't think the British Museum ever had to fight through fucking slime demons to get anything.
Hey, you know what? That's true. They probably told it like they did. Okay. Great. Hey, I like this guy. He's not trying to rip us off. That's my favorite. Well, you know, after he tried to rip us off the first time, but I think that was more a mistake.
Yeah, and he like claps his hands together and says, "So, is there anything else you wonderful individuals need of me?"
You have a quest?
Oh no. I sell items so that you can go do your other quests better.
How do you procure your items, if you don't mind me asking?
People give them to me, or I find them, or they find me, or I make them.
Well, seeing as how you've been so generous in your dealings with us, I think it is only fair that, while I cannot speak for my friends here, if I find any other esoteric items that you may be interested in that you could use to assist adventurers in the future, perhaps I shall attempt to find you again, such that I may sell them to you.
Oh, you needn't find me. Remember, I always find adventurers that need me. So, maybe in your...
Xander will...
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Nope, sorry. You weren't done.
So maybe in one of your later quests where it's been a while since you've gotten your hands on something interesting, you'll find my little teapot again.
I shall look forward to the day, Cornelia. And Xander will give a regal bow.
And
speaking of, how much will it take for the magic dice too?
Oh yeah, the magic dice.
The magic dice.
Yeah.
There's magic dice.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were very silly enchanted dice. That
Yeah, but they were magic dice that glow when they're not being rolled, so it's kind of obvious unless you're in a very brightly lit room what's going on. They were not the best enchanted, but they were in fact magical.
Yeah,
No, it's fun. When we get a more permanent wagon, we can hang them up in the by the rear view mirror.
Wow, true. How much for them though? Just in case.
he would give you 20 for them.
20? Oh yeah, I'll just hold on to them.
Okay.
I don't fucking shit in a bucket for 20 gold, bro. Fuck that.
$200 for a pair of dice? I would never.
How much would it take you to shit in a bucket?
At least 50 gold.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, anybody else have a thing they want to sell? Lysta or Joe, would you hanging on to all 12 of those +1 javelins?
Goddamn right he is.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
Sounds good.
I should probably keep hold of those.
I'm telling you, we're gonna get into a fight in the astral sea, throwing these at a fucking dreadnought.
True.
And he's gonna need as much ammunition as he can get.
Hey, I was just throwing it out there. Like,
these are gonna be the most goated rings of protection ever. By the way, they're gonna be like, you think they're +1, but in reality, they're actually more than that because
they're also symbols of our undying love.
Well, that's not a requirement, but if that's how you feel, then like I can't take that away from you as your feelings,
I think unless anybody wants the bracers of lightning resistance, I'll have to sell those two to exchange them for one of the other things I'm equipping, the dolphin amulet.
The bracers of lightning resistance give you a +1 to AC and lightning resistance.
Yep.
I'll take those.
Because I don't want to remove the scarf because they kind of fit myself as a character now.
I'll take the bracers because right now my AC is a crisp 13.
Hey, that's one more than me.
Why is that one more than you? You can equip medium armor. What the fuck?
We've had this conversation before. I'm bad at D&D. So, alright, yeah. I think after all that we can. If no one has anything else they want to offload, Vivian will look over and say, Mr. Helio, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for stopping by and for the lead on the tapestries.
Oh, yes, of course. And once again, I always show up when I'm needed.
Also, don't be a stranger, darling. My mother speaks highly of you.
Oh, I know she does. Well...
wait, before you go, can I ask you a question?
What is it, my friend?
Can you give me, like, I don't know, some, like...
Money?
wisdom?
Of the teapot,
well,
what is your wisdom?
Well, that's
a strange question to ask.
He goes, well, that's a very loaded question.
Strange question.
What do you need wisdom on, my friend?
I don't exactly know. I just, I know obviously you're very powerful.
About the hands.
Yeah, Vivian's been glancing at your hands this whole time.
Ask him about your hands.
Yeah, he'll actually like lean forward more, and his ears will like perk as if he is like purposefully trying to just listen to Emiko. Obviously keeping a still respectful distance, and he'll be like, no, go on.
I think Emiko's gonna, like, her ears are gonna flop down, and then she's just gonna sadly hold up her hands.
Oh. he'll like look at them and he'll kind of like gaze at them and
Xander looks at them and says, "Oh, sweet odds."
yeah, he'll
I'm so glad we're finally acknowledging them. Vivian blurts out like it's been like boiling underneath her skin.
Yeah, he reaches out and he goes.
See, I've never met a kitsune before. I thought your hands just looked like that.
He'll reach his hand down and go, "May I?" As if like offering to touch him so he can look at him.
Yeah, she'll let him.
Yeah, he looks at her hands and says, "Oh, this is definitely something I've seen before. Well, if you want wisdom based on this, it may sound cryptic, but all wisdom usually does." And he'll look at you very gently, Emiko, and he'll say, "It's not easy, but you should stop fighting yourself. You are very young, even in the prolonged lifespan that our kinsfolk usually have. You have plenty of time. You don't need to rush yourself. And maybe, when you learn to understand yourself, you'll understand the solution to your problem." You have very good company, so I think that you'll know how to trust yourself a little better.
As incredible as all of that is this like a curse? Can I take care of it here and now?
No, it is not. It is... Well, it's like your own... It's like your mind and the makeup of your body is fighting itself. It's not a disease. It's not a curse. It's like a miniature war going on within yourself.
What a horrible curse to have.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some wars are silent. Those are the worst ones most of the time.
So what happens if like I don't know how to fix it?
Well, that's different for everybody, my dear. What do you think the outcome of you losing a fight with yourself looks like? Where your own magic is fighting you.
How am I supposed to know that?
Yourself.
He like, his ears like twitch. And he says, "I miss the friend whose mask you wear. It's a mystery what happened to him. But I think there's a reason that you two are now so closely connected. I can't tell you what the answer is, because that is up to you to find it. But keep those who you love close to you. Remember the things you love about yourself and about the world. And I think you're already in the right direction of no longer fighting yourself."
Emiko looked like very upset at how cryptic he was being until he mentioned that he was friends with the Soul Guardian, the Spirit Guardian, Soul Guardian.
Soul Guardian.
Soul Guardian that was the owner of the mask, and she visually relaxes as her shoulders loosen and her ears perk up a little bit. And at the end, she just bows her head and like steps back near Xander.
Yeah, he smiles and says, I understand, but I think you two make an excellent pair. And of course, he's referring to you and the individual who the mask originally belonged to.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, with all that said, I will say this has been the most personable interaction with adventurers I've had in a long while. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, and he will jump off the rim of the teapot, land back inside of it. The lid that has been suspended in the sky this entire time falls back and closes on it, and the smoke that keeps it afloat envelops it until you can no longer see it, and then in an instant it disappears, and you are just left in a random, well, it feels like you're just left in a random forest clearing.
Vivian does not notice because she is staring at Emiko.
So we should start going back, right? The road is that way, and she starts walking up.
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
head
talk
back.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be divvying up the items.
While the master's going to Xander.
Right, rather than doing that, 'cause I want to make sure nothing gets missed or taken twice. Who is taking the very big fancy hat?
Me.
Okay, so then Xander or Johnny. We'll get to it in a second. Who is taking the amulet with Sapphire Dolphin?
Lysel.
Lysel, got it.
Dolphin.
Who is taking a circlet made of branches with berries on it?
What does that do again?
It gives you
That gives
resistance
you-
to something.
Yeah.
I was going to take it, but then attunement slots are a problem.
Okay, so up in the air.
We could just hold on to it for if we know where we're going to fight, like, I don't know, a dragon or something.
Yeah.
Sure. So party for now. Who is taking the glass eye that gives you 30 feet of never-ending detect magic?
That's a good question. Do these rings require attunement?
Yes.
We'll get to that in a second. But yes, they do.
Well, that influences
I
whether
see
or not
what
I'm
you
going to
mean.
take the
Yes.
eye.
The eye also requires attunement.
The only thing that doesn't require attunement is the dragon pendant.
And the bag of
Because
coins.
it's a use thing. Cloak of Billowing doesn't require attunement, does it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
You
How sad
imagine?
that would be. Okay, so Glass Eye may be going to Sir Elwood.
If no one else
who
wants
wants-
it, I'll take it.
A quill pen that's glowing blue. Man, that sounds nice for any of us.
I think.
Whoever doesn't get the hat between Xander and Johnny, probably get the other one.
Okay, so Xander or Johnny getting the quill pen. That gives you a wizard spell. Bag of ancient coins. Kind of all of us. So I'm just going to call that party. The bag of coins does not require attunement. Right? I didn't miss that. Okay. Pendant that looks like it's carved out of dragon bone, also not attunement. I guess again that can just be a party thing. We'll use it when we need it. Fox mask, who's that going to?
Emiko's gonna
Whatever.
take it, but she's gonna give it to Xander, so.
Okay, so Xander's getting the fox mask. 3 rings, one for each of our marshals, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
So, me, Lysella, and Emiko?
Yep.
Right. So the only things that are currently up in the air, no one has claimed the circlate with branches that gives you resistance, and right now, Xander or Johnny will get the very big hat or the quill pen.
My dog just hurt herself.
As the hat
Okay.
is placed in the center, they both reach for it, and their hands overlap on the hat.
I Eldritch Blast Johnny
Johnny.
and send it back 30 feet.
Johnny looks at Xander. Oh. Is something wrong, Xander?
Xander squints at you and just says, "My hat."
I do not believe so.
How much do those rings give you for AC?
1.
Okay, that's what I figured.
They're just staring each other down.
You know, I only have those 2 attunements, so I think I'll use these last.
See, I have horrible head lice, and I already wore the hat. So now all of the lice are in the hat. And by the way, the form of lice I have actually also affects Duresi. So you don't want this hat. First of all. Second of all, I really want this hat.
I also really want the hat. And I don't care about your lice.
What are you guys gonna use the hat for?
It's a hat. Who wouldn't want it? And
Well,
the
I mean, of course,
prospect of it
but
growing
what
with
do you
his
do with it?
user is quite appealing. Additionally, I possess greater resources to utilize the hat. Unlike some people.
Precisely, you have more spell energy, which is why you don't need a hat that gives you free spells.
I have more spell energy, which is why I could use a hat that gives me more spells.
That doesn't make any sense.
What?
What?
Additionally, my magical capabilities may expand greater as I wear it.
I get the feeling that by the time we reach the end of our journey, you and I will have equally devastating magics. So I'm
That is
not
yet to be
terribly
seen.
compelled.
It's probably big enough for you both to wear it.
At the same time.
Okay, how about this? Johnny pulled out a set of dice. We'll both roll the dice. Whoever rolls higher gets the hat.
Emiko's gonna walk by and steal the hat.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Okay,
Damn,
there's
that's
no way.
crazy.
We're both holding on
I'm
to
just,
it.
I'm just messing with you. You guys can play a
Here's
game
the
of
thing.
God's Folly about it.
Emiko did not say that she was stealthily stealing the hat.
She's walking up and taking it from the two caster.
Okay, yeah, Johnny's gonna look to Xander. Okay, if we can agree on one thing, she cannot have the hat.
Agreed.
Kill her!
Wait!
Johnny and Xander, concerted, begin running for the hat. It seems that they have gotten over their disagreements and are cooperatively focused on making sure Emiko does not get it.
Emiko's gonna punch Johnny.
You know what?
Punch Johnny. Like, if he's ready for that, she'll do it.
Are you sure you want to go down this road?
You.
I don't think I have to.
Who's taking the hat?
Alright, I'm gonna give Cat's Grace from Enhance Ability to Xander. Xander, get the hat.
Wait, I'm so confused with what's happening.
Xander should have the hat, and you should have the pen. It just makes the most amount of fucking sense.
I want that hat.
Xander squints at Johnny and says, I was about to pay for the hat first, before we sold all of those mundane items. Therefore,
But while you were preparing to purchase the hat, I already did.
Law of dibs is absolute.
I definitely called dibs.
Well,
You
dibs is
did not call
recognized
dibs.
in the wilderness. Trust me, I'm a druid.
Me, on the other hand.
Alright, Johnny, fine. How about we duel for it?
A duel?
Where's that duel?
Hmm.
Yes, I will sanction this. I will be referee.
Very well. A duel for the hat.
This is ridiculous.
Alright.
Hey, do we all have 8 on us, by the way? Oh no, we would have lost that when you lost your curse.
No.
The aid comes from something else.
Oh, cool.
The aid comes from the last time you guys gave me an item that permanently gave me a spell.
Alright, you make it sound
Excellent.
like we forced it on you.
What?
You said the last time you gave me this item.
Oh no, not at all. I was very appreciative.
I know. It was the way it came across was very funny to me, so I decided to make a big deal about it like a bitch.
All right, DM, how would you like us to adjudicate this?
Are you actually fighting each other over the hat?
Initiative.
I want that fucking hat.
I want that fucking hat.
I would say cantrips only, but the warlock would absolutely destroy you, and there's no other real way for this to go averagely. So instead, we'll have a contest so that nobody dies.
Fucking no diff.
Why not make them do something they're both terrible at?
That would defeat the point of the wizard duel. The wizard duel is cool.
Johnny,
it's a magic duel.
Johnny goes and grabs like a tree stump, puts it up, puts his arm down. Fine then. A wizard duel.
Are you two strength score of 8s about to arm wrestle?
Arm wrestle.
Apparently we fucking are.
You know what? I take back everything I said. An arm wrestle between two wizards sounds way more exciting than fireballs.
It'd be like 3 hours of neither of them moving at all because they're both equally weak.
But imagine the absolute tension in the air.
No, we're doing this. This is great.
Xander slams his elbow down on the stump and says, "You're on, bastard."
Alright, I need
Johnny
both of you to make me athletics checks.
falls asleep.
Oh, that gives him advantage.
Absolutely.
The magical part of this is giving yourself the most bullshit.
I'm gonna give myself guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Johnny's gonna look to.
Alright,
Johnny's
so
gonna
how?
look to Vivian.
No, absolutely not. I'm not interfering in this. You got your advantage from sleeping.
Okay, fair enough.
Also,
I got 20, not Nat.
Yeah, Chaz, what do you say?
this is going to be the best of 3. So
20, not Nat for the first.
20. Okay. Yeah, I got a 4, so I think you win the first one.
All right. Second round. 18.
I got a 19 with a natural 20.
alright, so we're 1-1, so this is the tiebreaker. Roll.
23 with a natural 20. Get fuck groove.
Silvery barbs.
Oh,
What?
you have to wake up to do that, but yeah.
You do?
Yeah, you do. Fucker.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, I do.
I do.
Yeah, never mind. No silvery barbs. Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me that the sheer excitement from this wizard battle isn't enough to wake him up?
No, it's just that I think he can only, when he's asleep, he can only cast illusion spells.
Right. It's a bonus action to wake up. You can't just do it. No, yeah, you can't silver your barbs.
Yeah, as Johnny, as they're tussling with each other, going back and forth, Johnny feels his strength giving out in comparison to the Rockman, and his arm falls, and he cries out in despair.
Xander gets up and just...
Thinking about it, I don't know what we expected. The guy is made out of rock.
Xander takes the bottle of endless booze and dumps it over his own head.
Yeah, the rest of us have just been watching these two fucking computer software degrees fighting it out.
No. Johnny wakes up and falls unconscious again.
Xander is going to, with much finesse and grace, take the hat, tip it to Johnny, and then place it atop his own head.
While sleeping. This isn't the end, you fucking pebble.
Sounds racially prejudiced. I can't put my finger on it.
Try me, you glorified corpse! I'll blast you in the next week.
No, just you wait.
Oh, I'm waiting, and I'm not seeing anything impressive.
Oh, Macho Man, get out of here!
Just you.
While sorry, not Groove. While John is unconscious on the ground, Vivian walks up and sets a silver or a blue quill on his chest. Says, "Here you go, buddy."
Oh, my consolation.
Okay, it's a really good magic item.
It is.
Yeah, it's a really good magic item.
Yeah, I would take that over the hat any day.
But it's not a hat, though.
It's not a hat.
It's not a hat. You got me there.
Fine.
All right, great.
Lost the duel. Nothing to say about that.
Anybody want this circlet? If no one's gonna take it, then Vivian will take it.
Wait.
Sounds like I'm taking it. Okay. And
Wait, what did you say you were taking? Sorry, what?
the circlet.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
So circle for my circle it for me. Elle, what are you taking this eye?
Yeah, I'll take
Is an
the eye.
attunement slot. Okay, you got an attunement for that. Great. So everything is divvied up.
Okay, I've recovered.
Lysel just putting on my circlet and not wearing it. Kids these days.
Oh,
actually, you're gonna pocket it.
No.
oh man,
All
I'm
right.
okay.
All right. So over the next hour of travel, can we attune to these things?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, after all this is
Great.
done, Arathil, who is still on the back of one of the parasaurs, says,
Why didn't she come with us?
She's been with us.
I
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna sleep.
That is... I don't... There was a kitsune and a teapot, and...
It's adventurous stuff. You wouldn't understand.
I guess I don't.
It's easier to understand than you might think.
Well, I'm more,
yeah, she's
I'm
right.
more
It is
confused
easier to
about what
understand than you
happened after he left. He was very nice, but I don't have any gold on me, and I don't need any magical items. But then Johnny and Xander started arm wrestling?
Yes.
Oh.
Sounds like you understand.
We were there.
What happened?
Yeah.
Xander just looks at her confused and says, "You haven't attended any wizard duels?
No.
Well, you're really missing out."
After that display, no, I don't think I am.
It was my first wizard duel.
Oh, you
It won't be
simply
my
cannot
last.
understand the nuance and the sheer excitement that comes from a battle between two mages.
It's like dragon chess. You can't appreciate it over your own level of understanding.
I'm so glad you didn't suggest dragon chess, by the way. I'm terrible at dragon chess.
You should have suggested dragon chess.
Why would I have suggested
Well, I also do not know how to play dragon chess, so it is good that we did not.
This
you-
would have been the most amazing battle.
Well, to be fair, you're smarter than I am, so you probably would have just beaten me, no problem.
In that case, would you like to play dragon chess?
Go with absolutely no stakes.
Ah, never mind. Anyway, SkyMount.
I'm going to go around while this is going on and hand everybody a little pouch full of 181 gold pieces.
You said 181?
181, correct?
Xander is going to take 90 and then just leave the rest for the party fund.
Sure. I mean, as a heads up, I split up the party gold by 6 at the end of every session to the nearest whole number. So you'd be giving us.
Hey, have
a
I
bunch of
been?
money.
So before that, I have 202 gold. Is this like a grossly unreasonable amount of gold? Have I been misallocating, or have other people been
feel
buying
like-
stuff?
I
We've
feel
been
like you
buying
sold
stuff.
stuff because you wanted to be able to scribe.
Yeah, there was also
True,
there was also an instance of someone giving you money to scribe, and then you said you were going to do it later, and then I just don't think that later ever came up.
Wait, hold on. Minnow, what were you saying about the party fund? Because it was my understanding that we had a set gold pool that was not taken by any of us individually, but was just there as...
So that was something I suggested, and then the feedback I got was that it would be better to just split it up so everyone could track their own gold. So every time I get to the end of the session and we've gotten gold, I split it up by 6 and give everyone a whole number, and whatever is left over is saved until next time.
Oh,
So
okay.
right now we currently have 2 gold, 3 silver, 8 copper.
Alright, well in that case I'll go ahead and just take the whole
Yeah.
one.
I haven't added any of that gold to my account. I thought you were just saying.
I have been telling you. I've been at the end of every session. I'd be like, okay, everyone gets this amount of gold if I have been keeping track of it. So you should have been keeping track of it. You're all set.
Idiot.
No, no.
I had like 50.
Okay,
That-
if you had some of what I have, then I feel a bit more comfortable
Yeah,
about it.
this is the first time we've really had any money. Because the
That's
last time
good.
I had money, I immediately spent it on other stuff from that one traveling merchant. So you should be all set if you're around like anywhere between like 20 and like 60.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's everything.
All right, back on.
Thanks, Ken Helio. Always a good time. Vamos.
Yeah, back on the road.
Yep.
Alrighty. Yeah, you all get back on the road. Vivian continues to rant about the bag to Arethil. And,
A really good bag.
do. Oh, this is going to be good. So, as
It's Kid Helio again, and he's mad.
no, as you are all
You dare fight over
going-
some gift I've given?
as you're all traversing down the road, you don't need to make a check to hear this. You hear a loud shriek, and you see someone running down the road in your direction. She has she has cat ears, and two tails are flowing behind her, and she looks like her left eye is very badly bruised, and she has like blood trickling down her forehead. Looks to be like a woman in like her mid-30s, just running down the road, looking terrified. And she's screaming, "Someone help! Please! Is there anyone out here? There's Skinari trying to get me! Please, help!"
Oh,
Inside
Xander,
check.
fucking...
You said the
Xander's
magic
fucking
words
gone.
in attack mode.
Charge, motherfuckers.
While they're doing that, I'm going to insight this check. Are they acting?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Thank you.
Yeah, the crying for help overwhelmed lifestyle is normally intuitive nature.
Natural 20 for 31.
Yeah, this woman genuinely looks terrified. I mean, and she
Okay.
is
Yeah,
also
listen.
actually injured. Like there is,
Sure.
like she's running with a limp as well.
Sure, you can fake a limp, you can fake an injury.
True.
But you could also fake like, oh my god, I'm being chased. If only there were some magical people around here to help me
No,
with these
it-
people. And then we walk into a trap.
No,
But it doesn't sound like that's the
Yeah,
case.
it looks like this person was on the road hoping that there would be people on it.
Okay, sure,
Well,
yeah.
Here we are,
Running to the girl.
Yeah.
riding to the girl.
Yeah, she
Personally.
sees all of you and starts limping in your direction, and is just saying, "Oh, please, please, please help me! I'm being..." And she's like out of breath. And she's like, "I'm being chased. There's these people, and they, and they started trying to capture me, and like they hit me when I tried to get
Where
away.
are they?
They're-
Without saying anything, Jay is just gonna like take a gauntleted hand and just put it on top of her head and then heal the wound on her head.
Yeah, her like ears like lay flat back against her head, and as the wounds heal, she like feels her cheek and pulls her hand away, seeing that there's no blood on it. And she says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We will take care of these villains.
Where are they?
They're up the road. Me and my family, we have a trading caravan, and they shot at us, and I don't know if my family's okay. They told me to run."
Up the road. Sir Reginald, go! Fucking spur the parasaur, and we're full tilt sprinting.
Absolutely. Although, I'm a little concerned about just leaving this person behind.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Oh, you can deal with that.
That
Johnny
sounds like a
and Xander are
problem
gonna
for
go.
somebody who can do something about that.
Yeah.
I can stay back with her.
You should come with. We tell her to hide.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Arethil
Yeah.
will get off the parasaur and will nod and say, "I'll stay with her. Go on."
Oh, great. No way that could possibly bother
That's actually kind of good because that means that they're not going to get in danger from combat.
Well, I mean,
Also
so far
means
the person that
you
we're
have to
with
deal with
has
them.
has been kidnapped by 100% of the creatures that are in combat with her, but that's fine. It's that or nothing, so yeah, if that is amenable. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, because Vivian's on Jay's Parasaur, is on Seymour, so Vivian's like, wait there, they'll stay where they're
And
yeah, we go to the Skinari to kill them, to eat them.
These are gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, they're gonna have a very bad day.
Yeah. You guys run up the road, and sure enough, you see on the right-hand side of the road that there is a cart, and it is on fire, like completely up in a blaze. And you see that there are, 5 individuals all surrounding this person. Not this person. Surrounding 2 people. One of them appears to be much younger, maybe like mid to late teens, and the other one appears to be a grown man, similar age to the woman, mid to late 30s. And they're both beaten up pretty badly, and the Skinari, which are no doubt Skinari, you actually see, though, that these are Skinari that have, since you all know the background, that have their tattoos. So these aren't a bunch of cronies that haven't even been initiated. These are actual Skinari.
Word.
Yeah. And yeah, they are like the older gentleman, the guy that they're beating the shit out of. His like ears are pinned back, and they're like, you know, they're not gonna get help. We're out in the middle of nowhere. And once we get you two all saddled up, we're gonna go get your wife too.
Villains! You will be felled by the mighty Prince Xander of Petrus and the Silver Lining!
There we go. I was hoping you'd say that.
They all...
We attack.
Yeah, they all, like, look at you.
Are they all, like, grouped together?
The 2 stronger-looking individuals are...
Awesome. Call lightning, I hit him. Dexterity saving throw.
So the 2 bigger ones... there are 5 of them. But 2 of them are very scary. Do the people... Is, call lightning people that you choose?
I make a storm cloud in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall, with a 60-foot radius centered on a point I can see within range directly above me. That's not relevant to the situation. When I cast the spell, I choose a point I can see under the cloud. A bolt of lightning flashes from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a success.
So you could adjust that where it doesn't hit the 2 defenseless Necromata.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you can just put the point behind the 2 dudes.
But yeah, that's a DC 15 dexterity save.
Alright. One of them succeeds, one of them fails.
Awesome. So the one that fails takes 22 points of damage, lightning damage. The one that succeeds takes 11.
Alright, and I would like
and make me a con save if we're going to do that.
Yeah, and then also roll me initiative.
There it is.
And you want one of the bigger ones to roll you a con save?
So, a 30-foot con, getting as many as I can, without getting the good guys, the fine guys.
Alright, in this case, would you rather hit 2 of them, or would you rather hit 3 of them?
3.
There you go. So well, because you can either hit the 3 swordsmen, or you can hit the 2 big guys. That was the option I was giving you.
Yeah, hitting 3. Hey, is Lysel keeping your scarf, by the way?
Alright.
Lisa. Did you keep your scarf?
Yeah.
What's the DC?
16.
Okay. 2 successes, 1 failure.
Okay. They take 17 on failure, 8 cold damage on success, and the one that fails has a move speed of 0.
Excellent.
Is that a Rhymes Binding Ice?
That's a Rhymes Binding Ice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, how can I just give the scarf away after Chats so kindly added it to Lysel's character?
Yeah, she can kindly take it off of her head and give it to me.
Maybe if you ask very nicely.
Do I have a Gelwood and Johnny initiative?
No, you do not.
I really just did the Call Lightning for dramatic effect. My Eldritch Blast does way more damage, unfortunately.
Really? Even against, like, multiple creatures?
Joey, if I hit both Eldritch Blasts, they take 2d10 force damage, plus 8 extra force damage because of my Charisma modifier, plus 2 bludgeoning damage, which actually I think it might be 3 now if our proficiency bonus increased. Yeah, plus 3 bludgeoning damage. And then, because I launched them straight up in the air, they also take 2d6 fall damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright. And then... Xander, you said that the big guy that failed took 22?
Yes, 22 lightning damage.
Thank you.
You're welcome, DM. Pleasure doing business with you.
There we go. And does the other one who succeeded take no damage or half?
Talking to me?
You.
Half damage. He takes
Okay.
11.
Had to make sure. And then, how much was the damage on your Rhymes Binding Ice?
17 on failure, 8 on success. The ones who fail have a move speed of 0 for a minute, unless another creature uses an action to dig them out. A different creature.
Okay. Sorry, there's some things that my app will not let me do until I put in initiative for everyone. There we go. And start of the official round, Johnny, it is your turn.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna look at the big guy that just got blasted with lightning. He's going to hit him with a Scorching Ray.
Oh, shit.
So 14 to hit for the first
14
one.
does not hit.
25 to hit for the second
25
one.
definitely hits.
Okay. It's a 9 to hit for the third one.
9 does not hit.
And so 1 will hit. He's going to take 6 fire damage. Would have needed to use a bonus action to wake up. Johnny ends his turn.
Alright. Xander, it is your turn.
On that one that just got hit with a Scorching Ray, I'm going to do Eldritch Blast. First beam is well over a 20 to hit. Second beam is exactly a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. First beam is going to do 10, 14, 16 damage between force and bludgeoning. He's going to be pushed 15 feet in the air. The second beam is going to be another 9 points of force damage, pushing him another 10 feet in the air for a total of 25. He's going to fall, landing prone, taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, and that is enough to kill that man.
Yeah, so as Xander focuses, just a large stone pillar that shapes in the end of a fist comes up out of the ground and uppercuts him into the air like something out of Mortal Kombat, and he just falls to the ground deceased.
Alright, anything else for your turn, Xander?
Nope, that'll do it.
Alright. Lysel, it is your turn. The last big guy is about I'd say for 30 feet away from you, and then the cluster of the smaller enemies is also about 30 feet. They're just a little more off to the forgot directions. Right, sorry. This is a random encounter, so I don't have a map for it. I apologize.
That's perfectly fine. So could you answer the question a second?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Lysel's going to ride over to the the remaining of the two scarier-looking enemies, and make 2 attacks against them. First and foremost, that will definitely hit with over a 20 to hit.
Absolutely.
That one might not hit, but we shall see. Actually, we'll bump up with the soul die, so it will hit. Probably. Okay. Both over a 20 to hit.
Alright.
Okay, so that's going to be... that's going to be 31 points of damage between both attacks.
Alright, damage is noted.
And then Lysel's going to look over to the cluster of enemies and just kind of pause for a moment. And as they look on at the enemies, a couple of lights start to come out from underneath them and swirl into the shape of a katana as we cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's a multicolored swirling katana. Can I make an attack with it right away?
Yes, you can.
That against generic bandit number 1. Let's see.
Oh.
Melee spell attack.
I'll assume you're going for the guy that's most damaged, because that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 16 hit.
Do a 16 just hits.
For max damage of 14 damage.
Alright. Alright, anything else for your turn, Lysel?
No, that was all my actions.
Alright. It is, one of the Skinari's turn. This one looks a little more magic-y. This one is going to cast a Scorching Ray, going for Xander.
Bring it up.
I'm gonna level this out just so that way my dice don't fall.
While you're wanting to clarify, Lysel did step in between the two, the cat people and the bad guy.
Alright. So first one is a 24. Second one is a 21.
Armor class is 14.
Cool. And the last one was a 15.
Yep.
D6s.
Concentration on call lightning breaks.
Don't know.
I don't really care.
The call lightning was for dramatic effect. Okay. Ouch. Me bibbles. Alright. Alright, so Xander, that is 20 total fire damage.
Alright.
Alright, and that'll be the end of that one's turn. That guy's dead. Vivian, it is your turn.
Pretty sure Amiko would go first.
Oh, yeah. App Auto did it. Emiko, you're up.
Okay, so Emiko's gonna rush over to the clusterfuck of enemies and start whipping around her on new chained size. The first attack is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Are you going for most injured to least injured in order?
Yeah. Does it matter between slashing, acid, and necrotic?
Nope.
Okay, so for the first attack, it's a 13 for damage.
13, he's still up.
Okay, the second attack is a 21 to hit for 11 damage.
That kills the guy that was injured.
Okay, and then she's going to use a key point and another. She's going to use 2 key points to do flurry blows and her hands of harming. This first one is a 17 for a total of 19 damage.
Alright, ow.
And then the next one is an 18 for a total of 11 damage.
Yeah, and I would assume between the swordsman or the mage, you would go for the mage with that, because you could reach either of them.
Yeah.
Okay. That is enough to then kill that one. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Alright, Vivian, it is now your turn.
Alright, is there a big guy still
Yes,
left?
there is. And
has that one been hit?
he has been hit, still looking pretty alright. He's very meaty.
And was there another mage, or was there one mage?
It was just the one mage. There's now just a swordsman left.
Okay, what's the AC of the big guy? Just because I guess I'll set this up.
AC of the big guy
Group,
is
hold
18.
On. 18, thank you. Group, hold on to your butt. I reach out with a hand. Vivian will look through her own eyes up at the sky, seeing the stars above, and then 8 small stars will float down into her palm, and she thrusts her hand out as 8 shaggy black dogs appear around this big guy. And I cast Conjure Animals, baby.
Baby.
There it is.
And you said 18?
Yes.
Okay, so she will also use her starry shape to bring forth, I don't know, let's say, we'll keep it in theme. She calls forth a wolf. He's going to take 6 points of radiant damage on a 21 to hit. And then for these wolves, miss, natural 20, hit. No, that's a miss, sorry. Miss, hit, miss, miss, hit. Big guy will take 40 points of damage from shaggy black dogs biting him, as 8 are currently surrounding him, so he cannot move without moving through them.
And, what type of damage is that? I'm so sorry.
Bite.
Okay.
Piercing. Also, I would like him to please make 1, 2, 3, 4 strength saving throws.
Okay. And that is non-magical piercing, right?
Non-magical
Okay,
piercing.
thank you.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Does it seem like he's resistant?
It does. It is very important.
Oh. Alright, well, we're definitely taking whatever he has.
Joe, let's get some new armor. Let's go.
Or if it's just like, oh, it's just part of him being a Skinari. We're taking his leg.
Hey, you know, they do it. You said he needs 4 strength checks?
Hey, we'll do him the favor of making sure he's dead first, which is more than they do, so.
Yeah, 4 strength saves, or are they checks?
4 saves.
Okay, first one is a natural 20.
DC is 11.
Second one, okay, so all but the last one succeed.
Okay, he's
prone!
The wolves are now gathered up around him, and he is prone, unable to move because he is blocked by all directions. Though he can probably stand up on his turn. That'll be my turn.
Alright, speaking of which, it is his turn. So he will use half of his movement to get up. And the only real thing he can do is attack a dog, because he's surrounded on all corners. So he's going to attack twice. That is a D12.
Is it?
Alright. First one is a 12 to hit, second one is a 22.
Both hit.
Alright.
Probably give me the damage separately.
Okay. First is 8 points of damage. Kind of bad roll.
That wolf is still up.
Alright, so then the second is 14 points of damage.
That wolf is dead.
Alright.
7 wolves remain.
But that's all he can do. Jay, it is your turn.
Okay. How many dudes are there left now that we've annihilated a shit ton.
There are 2 of them left. One of them hasn't really been hurt at all. He's got a little bit of frostbite on his fucking elbow, and the other one is being assailed by wolves.
Yeah, I think the wolves got that handled. I'm gonna go fight the guy that has not been hurt yet, or at the very least has not been hurt a ton. How far away is he
30
from me?
feet.
30 feet exactly? Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna run right up to that motherfucker and give him a brand new stab with my brand new, my enlightened rapier, as I call it. 27 to hit for 9 points of piercing damage.
Alright, and that is magical, because it's from a magical weapon.
Another 27 to hit, is that right? Yeah, I just rolled 18 twice. For 14 points of damage. Sorry, 12 points of damage.
Alright. He is still up. Anything else for your turn?
Absolutely not, because I don't think I need to use any other resources to make this fight easier for anyone.
Alright, speaking of which, it is that man's turn. He is going to attack you twice.
Needs 21 both times to hit.
Alright. First one is exactly a 21. The second is unfortunately just a 13. Well, unfortunately for him.
Nice.
Alright. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong dice. You can go back there. You can come right here. Alright. Alright, that is 12 points of magical piercing and 6 points of psychic damage.
12 plus 6 is 18. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But that is the end of his turn. We are back at the top. Johnny.
Wow, we all rolled really high if that's back to the top. Jesus.
I have the dude that's surrounded by wolves making an intelligence saving
He's
throw.
not good at those.
Jeez.
He's
Huh?
not good at those. I got a 2.
He fails. He takes 11 psychic damage from dissonant whispers. Johnny shows him the biggest, most horrifying wolf, and he is going to voluntarily begin walking away from it as he awakens from a horrible nightmare.
Yeah, that is...
He invokes 8 or 9 opportunity
Yeah,
attacks.
that does kill him. So, as he's, like, running away, all of the fucking wolves, like, fucking dogpile him and tear him to shreds.
Lysel's just poking through all the walls, just stabbing.
Yeah, like, try, like, hold on, I want to get one in. Hold on. Haha, bitch.
Yeah, my turn.
Alright. Xander, it is your turn.
How many of the smaller dudes are
Just
left?
one. And he's being bullied by Jay. And Emiko.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Roll it.
26
Yeah,
to
that
hit?
definitely hits.
17 to hit.
17 just hits.
Let me see, that is 24, 26... 31 points of damage between magical, bludgeoning, force, and bludgeoning caused by fall damage, which resistance to bludgeoning usually only applies to attacks. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that will bypass his resistance.
Two.
I believe the resistance man's already dead.
Yeah, that was the Eldritch Blast was enough to kill him.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, once again, Stone Pillar comes fucking just... This one doesn't even uppercut him. It just raises up, like forms into a full arm, and just punches his head off of his shoulders.
Yeah, and as the dust settles, with what was a very sudden skirmish the two individuals that are basically hugging each other. The older one obviously is being more protective. They look up, and the older gentleman covers the younger one's eyes and just says, What a mess.
I'm going to order my wolves to run out in a big circle and report back by barking and howling really loud if there are any other Skinwari.
If the wolves come back with nothing, Amiko's gonna ride out to get the girls that are hiding in the bushes.
I'm gonna pull out a coin and cast sending. Erithil, bring the girl back. There's that down.
Yeah, the wolves come back with nothing to report, and Erithil, who has been tending to anything that wasn't fixed with the use of lay on hands, and helping getting her cleaned up and stuff like that. And as they walk back, the woman runs forward at the sight of her family, and they all embrace for a second. And the man stands up and he looks at the cart that is still on fire and very much destroyed, and says, I don't have anything to give you. That was everything we had. I don't.
Can I use control flames to put out the fire?
Yeah.
See if there's anything that can be saved. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, you tried basically using control flame to slowly but surely make the fire go down, and the cart itself is completely wrecked. It is borderline charcoal.
Any chance that these are field mice and I can fit that whole cart in my bag?
No.
I had to try. Quick, someone enlarge me. My bag will grow too.
But, still wouldn't be able to fit a whole cart in there.
No, I'd only be medium then.
But there's some things on the inside, things that were made out of metal, or things that were, in other things, but even then, they're still a bit fucked up.
Hey, Chas, do you want to know what's wild? Nothing in there that fits in the bag is fucked up anymore.
Yeah.
A motherfucking bag!
Yeah. Which, a lot of it, it looks like these people were moving. And the way you can tell is, a lot of the stuff is, random household items. There's forks and knives. And, blankets, clothing, which a lot of that stuff you can fix, the stuff that can fit into your bag. Small things. Including their, bag of money, which doesn't have much in it, but you at least make it to where they don't lose completely everything. And the family looks absolutely bewildered by this. They're amazed.
Emiko's gonna walk over and fish out some money from her bag and hand over 100 gold.
Oh, this is a lot. Are you sure?
Yeah, you can use it to rebuild.
He's 15. So he's not a baby or anything, but their child just kind of overwhelmed by the moment. He just very quickly gives you a very tight hug. And just says, "Thanks for keeping my mom safe." When she ran off, I was afraid she wasn't gonna come back. And then he lets go very quickly. He doesn't hold you for that long. And he starts moving stuff out of the cart to try and help his parents out. And the woman, she is wiping tears from her face, and she's like, "It's been getting so bad. That's why we're moving. They've been all over SkyMount. I'm sick of it.
Xander grits his teeth and clenches his fist and say, I've made it my personal mission to get rid of these scoundrels. I almost said scallywags. What the fuck?
Would have been so tonally fucking dissonant.
It's the gods are doing all they can, but they just keep popping back up, and we couldn't do it anymore.
Xander's gonna place a hand on her shoulder and say, Never fear. We will clear out SkyMount before long. For we are the silver lining.
It's better every time you say it.
She like wipes her face and she goes, "Oh, I've never heard that name before."
It's okay, not a lot of people have, but they will, damn it.
I meant no.
Indeed, Elwood of Redka is right. Very soon you will be able to tell everyone that you met us before we were cool. I mean, we've always been cool, but you know what I mean.
The younger teenager looks visibly, like, excited about that idea. And the small family, they all try to, like, they all, like, look at each other and they look at their cart. And, the dad says, well, if we can find Patches, who ran off somewhere, we'll probably be alright.
Who is Patches?
Oh, Patches is our Triceratops.
Your Triceratops' name is Patches?
He, the reason behind, the teenager speaks up, I named him and I was like 5.
It's
glorious.
Which way did Patches go?
The young man, he just points and he goes, he ran off that way. We undid his binds when they set the cart on fire so that way he didn't burn up with it.
Lysel, you want to help me find him?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna head off in that direction and try and track him down.
Yeah, both of you make me a set of survival checks.
As they run off, can I do enhance ability wisdom on Vivian?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Too bad. That's a 2 and a 3.
No!
I got a 16.
Well.
Yeah.
It's alright.
That
is a total of 11.
Surely it can't be difficult to find a Triceratops in Farwood.
That's running away scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivian, you get distracted by a really, really good bunch of mushrooms you see growing out of a tree. And you're like, oh no, I have to have those.
Alright, I hope you know I'm adding that to my loot.
I know. I know what I said. Like, you couldn't ignore it. They were very bright in color. You were like, oh, those are rare, and I know it. I need them.
Hey, fuck these Triceratops. You see these mushrooms?
And, Lysel, however, you see the breakage in some of the foliage where the creature obviously charged through. And you see, like, some indents in, like, the grass, and you start to follow it, hot on its trail. And it only takes you about maybe 10 minutes to find it. And you see that it's, like, in a clearing, looking very lost, kind of panicked. And when it sees you, it starts to, like, huff at you and, like, dig its feet in the ground as if, like, bracing to, defend itself if you get any closer.
It's a real shame I don't have proficiency in animal handling, but Lysel's going to hold both of their hands up and slowly approach it.
Yeah, and it just goes... and make me an animal handling check.
Oh, come on, wisdom character.
Guidance.
Ooh, it's not a great roll, but I can re-roll it, because I have sold once. Natural 20. If I can get this d4 out. For a total of 24.
Yeah, you approach with your hands out, and, just like, easy. And it, like, snorts at you, and then, like, slowly, walks forward. You see that there's like leather straps with its buckles dangling on the ground, obviously very awkwardly tangled up because it's collected branches. It has like a few like very small cuts in its leathery hide, and it like just looks uncomfortable to say the least. And the creature like inches forward.
I think once Lysol's close enough, they're first going to prioritize removing all the various, what's the word I'm looking for? Foliage? Yeah. That's a decent one. Foliage that's accumulated in its brains before comforting it and kind of leading it back to where the group is. Easy now. This way. We've taken care of the big scary men.
Yeah. When it recognizes its people, it suddenly runs a little faster, and the young man, like, specifically, he, like, runs forward and just goes, "Patches!" And, like, practically tackles the thing, though not that he could knock it to the ground. But he, like, jumps on its face and is, like, wrapping his arms around its horns and hugging it. And, the woman, as she approaches, who has introduced herself as, Isabel, says, "Well, thank you, again. I don't have really much information to give you about the Skinari in the city. I've heard too many stories of people going missing from their homes or from tavern rooms or disappearing when they go out into the streets, and we couldn't have it. Not for our family. And many have been arrested, but it just feels like a pestilence. They just keep coming back, and we're moving to Fellsgrave."
Totally understandable. For what it's worth, I would not compare these so much to an infestation of that sort, rather a bothersome set of weeds in a garden. We will simply have to reach into the soil, and Xander is going to give Vivian a knowing look as he says this, and rip them out by their roots.
All I can say is, whenever you talk about it, just be careful. It's almost like they have ears everywhere. But it's getting bad. And with all the weird things going on, it almost feels like after King Demetrius died, that everything's just been going to shit.
Yes, we've heard similar musings as well. Do they have anything to carry the shit that did survive in?
Triceratops are a beast of burden, so they are basically all kind of awkwardly strapping it on.
I'm gonna give them one of my 2 crates, so that they can kind of pack things in a bit easier.
I distract Johnny. Make sure he doesn't see.
Do you distract him with?
Johnny, look over here.
Yeah, you took too long. Is that my crate?
No, this is the other crate that isn't your crate.
Oh, okay, very well.
Xander pulls off the lid of the crate and shows Johnny, because he knows that Johnny had previously marked the crate that is his with his initials.
And he's pissed, yeah.
No, stop that.
It's canon.
Yeah, but Isabel, she says, "Yeah, we're moving to Fellsgrave. This is all too much. There's been no. Thank you all, and we'll remember that name, the Silver Lining." And
Xander gives a respectful bow as they depart.
Yeah, their son, who, in the time that Lysel and Vivian were going to go fetch patches, introduced himself as Antoine, waves his hand and says, "Bye, Silver Lining! I'll tell my new pals about you."
You take care of yourself, young
Our
man.
empire grows.
That guy's a nerd. He doesn't have pals.
Yeah, and the Triceratops, albeit slightly slow from the shift in weight, rides off with them. And Eric,
As bad as that was for them, it could have been far worse. I'm glad we were able to help.
Erithil looks at Vivian and says, "I used that healing salve I made yesterday."
Good. Did it work?
It did. It also cleared up. It also cleared up.
No.
It also cleared up a rash on her skin that she had from something else. She said she touched a plant that she was allergic to.
Did you check everywhere? Didn't cause any other rashes?
No, not at all.
Sneezing, coughing, congestion? Oils?
No.
Any flowing blood from any orifices?
No, I hope not.
What do her toenails look like?
I don't know. She didn't show me.
That hardly seems.
Ooh.
Erithil, you always check the toenails when you're trying new salves.
Okay, okay.
You don't need to with ointments, with salves every time.
Right. Anyway,
What do the back of her knees look like?
Xander is going to
Please tell me you check the back of my knees, please.
pull down the collar of his jacket and say to Emiko, "Does this look bad?" And Emiko, just like the crystalline skin of Xander, is charred and it has boiled in some places.
Hit him with a
No, not at all.
Oh, fantastic. I'm still feeling very famished all of a sudden, and I'm gonna eat one of you fucking good berries.
Are you eating your own or from the 90?
I'm eating my own.
Okay.
So I have 10 left.
Great. So after interrogating Erithil, taking very, very clear notes, and giving her some pointers about the difference between salves and balms and ointments, that seemed to matter to no one but Vivian.
Oh no, Xander's quite invested. He's also going to ask, Vivian, what about poultices? Is that something?
She spits on the ground. Don't even talk to me about poultices.
What's wrong with poultices?
Oh, spits on the ground.
What's wrong with poultices?
Spits on the ground again.
Poultices.
You need to stop. I'm gonna get dehydrated.
Okay.
No, you won't get dehydrated. We literally have a bottle of endless water.
You fucking try me.
Yeah, but as you're all discussing this, and continue on your trip, nothing else.
Jess, I do have a
an
question before we go too much
I have an
farther.
answer.
Based on the information they've given us, and Vivian had some familiarity with Skinari before, does it seem like their activities have dramatically increased? Like this isn't just a little bit more than usual, this is a lot more than usual?
It seems less of it's suddenly more. It seems like they're operating in the city more. Because typically the Skinari don't operate in the city. Obviously they operate outside of it, hence why all of you were dragged into a cave. Now that was for an initiation, but overall they typically don't, they go into the city to take the people and then they leave. They don't stay in the city because why would they? They become a target.
100%.
So it is weird that they just, they might have found a way to do their operations within the city without getting discovered as easily.
And
The
we
people
should
who
have
could discover them don't care.
we should have taken all of one of their stuff and just let them go back.
Hey, good point. What stuff did they have?
Oh, that is a good point. So
Taking the fillings from their teeth if I need to.
the resistance to damage, you could tell, definitely came from their tattoos, because the moment they died, their tattoos literally, dissipated.
We skinned them?
Yes.
Skin them.
That won't do anything.
That's fine. Vivian is going to peel the tattoos and put them in the bag and hold on to them for now.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it to get the tattoos. We're doing it for fun.
Also, I'm taking their teeth.
Well,
Yeah.
if
Any
we need to.
gallbladders? They still have their gallbladders?
No. I wanna be very clear about this. I'm taking their teeth.
Alright, sure. Yeah. Please don't get caught with a bag full of teeth when we're in the city, but yes.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
gonna be in my vessel. It's fine.
Great. So yeah, taking the tattoos mostly for future study. What else did they have on them?
All of them seem to have these, because the sword people, they weren't wearing armor, in the way that, like, the bandits did. All of them each have this, weird crystal on them, including the bigger guys. Basically, it functions as it gives, they work as, studded leather armor, quote-unquote, but without imposing any of the,
Without having to wear armor.
They're crystals that they basically
Sweet.
attuned to basically be wearing armor.
Oh, that's a
I don't mean attunement in the literal case.
What do you mean in the figurative case?
They just had to have it on their person. Sorry, using the word attunement was bad. It was...
So mechanically studded leather
Yes.
armor.
But
I
you
will
don't
definitely
count as
take
wearing armor?
Yes.
I don't know if that does anything.
I just mean it's like they're wearing armor, but instead of it coming from them wearing a big chunky set of leather armor, they can wear whatever they want as long as they are wearing this crystal somewhere on their person.
Well, I mean, there is the advantage of, because, like, it didn't look like they were wearing armor, right? Like, we only know this because we found the crystals,
Correct. And I know that you guys are going to
so-
travel in an hour, then you'll know what they do and stuff like that.
And to be clear, this is essentially, so your AC becomes 12 plus your dexterity. This is not the same thing as your unarmored defense going up by 2.
Yes.
Okay. Great, yeah, I'm going to hang on to one of those. My AC is going to go up to 13, baby.
How many were there?
Oh, there were 5 of them, so there are 5 crystals.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely taking one.
Oh, I guess the benefit is that if you can't wear armor, you can wear this. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
I only have leather right now, so this is already an improvement.
Would that stack with
No.
It would
unarmored
not.
defense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have any parts on them? Like
Yeah, you don't...
what are they fucking called?
One of them did have, like, to make this more lighthearted to say out loud, you know when furries just randomly wear fake tails on their hips? Like on their belt?
Yeah.
On their hips.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
one of them has one of those. Although, except for the fact it's not fake and this is not a random scene kid.
Okay.
Why did what's this weird plug at the end of it? What do you think that's for?
I don't want to answer that. Correction. I don't want that answered.
Emiko's gonna take anything that looks like this and go off into the woods a little bit and bury them and then just say a few words.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When you do this, the little bracelet you're wearing seems to, like, hum. Like you can feel it vibrating against your skin.
When Emiko gets back, Xander is going to nod and say, "You doing all right, Emmy?"
Yeah, I don't like running into these people.
I don't care for it either, but they need to be dealt with. And that's the one thing that's keeping me in my right mind is everyone that we kill is one less that can hurt somebody else.
We won't stop until everyone's gone.
Indeed. Can I ask you for a particularly large favor? I know we have a lot more traveling to do today, but I really need to recover my spell energy, and it's really hard to do that on the back of a Parasaurolophus.
She holds out the ring, her hand for the ring, already knowing where you're going with this.
Thank you. And with my last remaining packed slot, I'm going to cast Goodberry. And I'm going to go inside the ring and take a cheeky Warlock short rest as we're going.
While they're doing that, what else do we find?
Of note, they have the individuals carrying swords each had 2 scimitars on them. The mage.
That's 6 scimitars total.
It's 4 total. Yeah, because the third smaller dude was a mage.
Right.
And the mage has something a little weird. It seems like the mage's demise makes this item not work, but they have a crystal on them that is kind of long in shape. I really wish I remembered what these crystals were actually called. Let me look it up. Oh, I think people call them soapstones.
Did you say soapstones?
I didn't make that up, I promise.
I'm pretty sure you made that up. I don't think that's a real thing.
Soapstones are absolutely a real thing. I don't know if
I don't think they're a real thing.
Anyway, what's going on with this crystal? Stone.
It has like a weird metal like band around the center of it. That has like carvings in it. Do any of you speak Draconic?
Nope.
10 minutes.
Issue several times.
Comprehend languages. Draconic. What does it say?
Basically, it simply says orders.
The word orders, or it has orders?
It says the word orders. And then it says, says orders bound to, and then you assume this person's name, because it just says Arya.
Arya?
Cool.
A-R-I-A?
A-R-Y-A.
Y-A, thank you. And then the other ones, was there only one? Oh, right, you said it was on the mage.
It was just on the mage. And, with a, thorough look over it, it doesn't do anything. But you know that these, but like most gems, stones, and stuff like that, in some capacity, are, it is very easy to channel magic through them, and it is, it seems like the mage got some sort of information from this due to the writing on it, but now that the mage is dead, that energy is no longer present.
Identify doesn't tell us how it works.
Oh yeah, you guys have Identify. I'm like skirting around the edges. With the cast of Identify, that is exactly what it is. These basically, now it's not, I don't want to say it's illegal in Kelmra, but it's frowned upon, for, reasons having to do with people that are much better with magic. But basically, 2 people can link themselves by basically donating a very, very teeny tiny amount of their life energy. And what this mage must have done is whoever their leader is, which the leader, quote-unquote, of the Skinari is vastly unknown. They just seem to be very organized without no named leader or sighting. It's a weird phenomena surrounding them. But basically, information, and this isn't just the Skinari, but information can be transferred to somebody magically through an item. Typically it's soapstone, just because the transfer properties of them are pretty good, to allow them to receive information remotely. because they have donated some of their literal life energy to whoever is sending them the messages, the information.
And is that... Yeah. Is that a two-way streak? Could this mage then report back?
No, it is.
Using
It
this
is just
stone?
one way, but since it is a connection that is based on the individual's life energy that they donated, if they die, it just becomes a rock.
The person that is giving the orders, do they have to donate any life energy?
They do not. That is kind of the where the ethical side of it comes into play, and why it's frowned upon is because you could... It's the fact that someone has to basically give part of their life to someone else, and what someone who's really good at magic can do with that is, you can either just have it be as simple as you are giving someone orders, or you could do other things, if you're good enough with...
What other things? I'll roll for it.
Yeah, make me an Arcana check for that one.
Yeah. Natural one.
Yeah, that's something you'd probably have to dig into your many books for.
Will do. Does the identify tell us how the life force is donated?
No. And that's not because the identify spell isn't doing its job, it's because there are so many ways that process can happen.
Sure, yeah. Do I know of a way, or I might, if you can let this roll over into the natural one, is there a way that I could do that remotely? Give this person a bit of my life energy, so that way they would think I'm still this mage and continue to give me orders?
Not that you know of, because it's a very, I don't want to say manual process, it's a very involved process.
Okay. So don't know what else they can do, don't know how to give them any life energy, or to fake that life energy. And so this was a stone that was owned by the mage that we just killed, and not owned by the person who was giving orders to it. Do they have to have another stone like it, or is the life force energy enough?
It really depends. It depends on how strong they want or need the link to be, or how strong the person who is maintaining the connection is. If the person is powerful enough, they don't need their own item, if the life force is donated.
If they were just giving orders to someone who was loyal, would they need their own, even if they weren't powerful?
If they weren't, they would need some sort of physical element.
Okay, even just to give the information, not just to do all the extra ooky spooky stuff.
Yeah, even if just to give the information. If the person is powerful enough, they can just do it. It's like as innate as spell casting. But if they are someone who is not as potent with magic, or not as well versed in these rituals, because this is something you have to practice, they would need an object of their own. Yes.
Last question, then I'll save all these questions for when we get into the city. Do they know the connection has been severed?
Yes. If they try to reach out to the person, I don't know how to explain this. There's basically a feedback, like that weird gut feeling that your magic doesn't work.
Yeah, they can tell it's not going anywhere. Well, it's like if you try and concentrate on something, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can tell. Got it? Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for now. What else did the people have on?
The bigger guy had a great sword that has weird runes inscribed into it. They are not directly translated over language. They are just arcane sigils.
Sure. What's the sword do?
The sword does an extra d6 of psychic damage.
That's very good. Okay. Gelwood, would you like another weapon?
Hell yeah, into the golf bag.
Into the golf bag.
Great. What did the other big guy have?
The other big guy had a warhammer. That also has, like, in the big mallet part of it, also has some runes inscribed into it. That one does an extra d6 of fire damage.
Alright.
It's
Jelly,
basically
here
a
you go.
big fucking maul.
Dude, the golf bag is getting so swole. So
The
we
golf
got a
bag better
Warhammer
be made out of Kevlar. It's like, that's gotta be real heavy.
Firebrand Warhammer 1d8 plus a d6 of fire.
Yeah.
You said. And this is not a +1 weapon. It is just a Warhammer that does a d6 fire
Correct.
on top of bludgeoning.
Correct.
And then what was the other weapon?
It was a great sword that did an extra
Greatsword.
d6 of psychic.
Oh, that's just gonna replace the old greatsword. Okay.
Yeah. Don't get rid of it though, we'll sell it.
We'll call it the mindfuck greatsword.
A mindfucker. I dig it. Okay. Anything else? We have all of their teeth. Was there any gold in their teeth?
They did have a grand total amongst all of them of 10 gold pieces.
What about in their teeth?
In their teeth? No, none of them had gold teeth.
Wow, hey, great dental plan for this guy.
Damn, y'all get dental?
Either that or their care is so shit they couldn't afford gold teeth.
True, they don't even get dental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like the
So-
UK. I'm sorry.
Great. So we have. What is that? Oh, okay. I thought you were posting.
There's a
something I
there's a
actually
character in Final Fantasy 14. He's a villain. I don't know anything about him other than that he carries around this ridiculously large mechanism that he just has like 3 swords in.
Talking about Zemos.
Xenos, yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
Xenos.
Great.
Zemus is Final Fantasy 4. Xenos
So-
is 14.
Before we let Joey start frothing at the mouth talking about Final Fantasy,
Dude,
we gather up all the stuff that we have. Xander is in the ring. Emiko is holding onto the ring. These people are headed south. I think southeast towards Grave. And we are headed northwest towards SkyMount. So sayonara, my friends. And we boogie.
Yeah. And nothing else happens for the rest of your traveling day. That is pretty uneventful. It gets dark rather quickly and very cold, so you very, quickly decide when it is time for you to bunker down for a long rest. The rain at this point, though, has stopped, so it is dry but very cold.
Oh no, and we only have one sleeping bag
You guys have a bunch.
for all 6
You
of
guys have
us.
a bunch of sleeping bags. You guys got 2 whole.
I can turn into a very small person
I
so that I
kind
don't
of
take
thought-
up as much space in the sleeping bag.
I kind of thought you were going to turn into a flesh sleeping bag.
No,
like you were
I
going to turn
can't.
yourself into a really meaty hot pocket.
I am limited to humanoids. I can't make myself
Yeah.
a literal puddle of goop.
When we get to SkyMount, I'll see if I can find a fucking spell scroll of Layman's tiny hut and fucking scrap that shit in.
Well, like you ever see those people make like pizza cones? Like you're the cone and we're the pizza. Is like the impression I got.
You're the
calzone?
cone with pizza.
No. They're like actual cones. They look like ice cream cones, but they're pizza. And like you make the cone. Out. This is
What?
unimportant, regardless.
No,
so,
tell me more. I
stick
need
it
to know what this is.
I'll find a picture and send it to you later.
Okay.
Sleep for the night.
Thank you.
I've already gotten so carried away on the bag. I can't get carried away on pizza cones.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So, what is your plan for watches?
Is this the first travel day or
This
the
is the
second?
first travel day.
Okay, let's just think we already have it. Right.
We can just make a habit of our less.
That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. It's a great call. So I will post it
What do you thought of
in.
it?
I'll post it in out of game, just so it's right at the top of the chat.
All right.
Actually, it's not fancy, but it's okay.
All right. So. All right. So, Johnny and Viv, give me perception checks.
What is that? Alright, putting in rolls. You've got a 30.
Hey!
What the fuck?
Works out sometimes. Got a 19, a 4, and a +7.
Oh, that makes sense.
My owl, whose name I remembered, because I had forgotten, but her name is Fancy.
You got one chance, Fancy, to let me down.
I know, don't let me down. You got a 13?
Excuse me. Alright, and Johnny got a 16. Yeah. For the first watch, nothing really happens. It is a chilly night. You can hear the whistling of the wind through the trees, but nothing happens. It is just a stretching expanse of woods on either side of you. And since a lot of the trees in Farwood are sequoia trees, there is not even much moonlight coming in through the leaves. It is just tall, dark shadows looming around all of you. But overall, nothing happens. And what's the next watch? And for the second watch, Emiko, give me your perception check. 10.
Ian.
I think Johnny got a 9.
You also have your familiar, if you want
Right.
to make one.
Less.
Dang. Yeah. Emiko, you have a lot on your mind after having another run-in with the Skinari today, and also having that little chat with Kin Helio. You know, kind of hard to really focus on anything, and Johnny is too busy focusing on all the shit that happened to you today. But overall, it's just a dark night in the woods. And I think I saw somewhere that Lysel got a natural 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, ouch. Going back to rolls. But Johnny got a 22. And, Johnny, as you're watching over the camp, Lysel doesn't seem to be, able to really focus. It's also really fucking dark, you know. And even being able to see, it's just a overwhelming amount of dark. But let me pull something up real quick. What the fuck was that noise? Sorry, I just heard a weird ass noise from outside. That was weird. Johnny, with your 22, you notice that some of the trees in the... I don't want to say they're near your camp. They're a little kind of like deep in. You notice that they have like weird carvings on them.
Johnny is going to inspect these carvings.
Johnny, do you know Sylvan?
Comprehend languages, 10 minutes, I know Sylvan.
Yeah. You notice that on some trees, not all of them, it's like every 5th tree, starting about 15 feet away from your camp, spanning into the darkness of the woods, there are random poems written in Sylvan every few trees. Some of them are haikus, some of them are like sonnets, some of them are couplets, just random poems written in Sylvan on the trees.
What do they say?
I do not have every poem written out, but some of them are like kind of sad. Like one of them is about someone losing a loved one to the war. One of them is about hunting, just hunting in general. One of them is about gazing into the material world like a mirror, from a place far away, is what the poem specifically says. But they also all do not appear to be written by, like, one person. Like, the handwriting or style of carving is different per each tree.
Interesting. And he's going to begin reading some of these poems under his breath.
Yeah,
And he will note the contents.
When you, like, read any of it out loud, nothing seems to happen. However, nothing physically. You do get this, I don't want to say it's a eerie feeling, but you do get this, like, you know, hair stands up at the back of your neck, feeling like you're being watched. But again, you don't see anything, and, you know, but it's not a necessarily threatening gaze, if that makes sense. You know, it's like the chills you get when you finish a really good book. But you almost feel like someone's watching you as if waiting to hear your opinion. But you don't see anyone, and there's no traces of anyone.
Gianni will nod in approval at these poems as he begins obsessing over them. Rubbing his fingers along them, looking very closely at them, inspecting every word.
Yeah, excuse me. Johnny, roll a d4 for me real quick.
No.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
All right, that was a good campaign.
3.
Can I continue?
3.
All right. I will note that down. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. But yeah, other than that, nothing else really happens for the night. Johnny, you spend some time reading some random Sylvan poetry in the woods, and it's a a grand old time. But the night goes on into the oh yeah, I forgot that was in 3s. What did Xander get? Let me look. I apologize.
17.
Just in case you want to comment on it, Xander, you also see these poems.
Yeah, but I can't read them.
Johnny, would you have relayed what they said to Xander? Can't believe Johnny's.
Yeah, they would have spent all night reading poems together.
So Xander also rolled me a d4 real quick.
2.
Alright.
As everybody wakes up in the morning, Johnny, compels them to look at and give their opinion on these poems.
And real quick, the last watch, I need a perception check from Jay.
God
Jay,
damn it,
come look at these
Joey.
poems.
Just me?
Just you. Because Groove pre-rolled all of his.
Go ahead and take advantage on yours, though, because Anodyne is going to take the help action for you.
10.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck.
I don't have any perception.
You're right, you don't, so you don't see shit.
Well,
And
perfect.
Johnny is so enamored with the poems that he also doesn't see shit.
Jay, what do you think about this one? It's a sonnet about trees, and it's on a tree. Do you think that meant something?
I can read I can read it. I don't need you to read it to me. I can read it.
Okay, but you still haven't given me your opinion on it.
My opinion is that it's about trees, and that I don't like trees.
Yes, but have you considered that it's on a tree? What do you think that means? What does the author mean by this?
You know what? You said this was a sonnet, correct?
Hmm?
You said this was a sonnet about trees?
Yeah.
Then I agree with whatever they're saying, because trees make me sad too.
Okay, but what about this one? This one is on a tree, but it's about bushes.
A bush is just a smaller tree.
I never thought of it like that.
How? How have you not thought of it like that?
I never considered it. We have bush, tree, and I thought they could be similar.
Are you messing with me right now?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Come read this one. Continue for 2 hours.
Alright, and after that, everyone gets the effects of a long rest.
Guys, come look at these poems.
Johnny,
You can't even read them anymore. Your spell ran out. You can't read them anymore.
I'm gonna start going into people's dreams and being like, "Hey, I know you're sleeping, but I gotta tell you about this."
Do you really do that?
Yeah, to Lysel specifically.
I mean, to be fair, that is a great way of giving us information without breaking how much sleep that we fucking get.
It is a bad way to give information without breaking his nose. His mind business.
Mind your business, John.
That's beyond fucked up.
Everybody is gifted alacrity now, by the way.
You need to do better. Mind your business.
We're back at that point.
Hell yeah, go Everybody has
rest
8, by the way.
Okay. So yes, wake up the next morning. Not going to say the next line for reasons. And
Hey, you see these poems?
what poems?
Johnny's gonna show Vivian the poems.
It's weird that I didn't see this last night.
But you know what I didn't consider?
I feel like I was
The
very
bush
perceptive.
one is exactly at a 45-degree angle to the tree one. What do you think that means?
Also, you didn't see him because
Vivian's gonna
my
cast Speak with Plants.
D6 didn't do it. Speak with plants? What are you gonna ask the trees?
Let me just double check that is in fact a third level spell. It is. Do.
The fact that speak with plants at third level spell is kind of crazy.
I mean,
Right.
they're plants. What else are they gonna say? It was the butler. They'd be like, "What's a butler?" I don't know. Gonna ask them about the poems, ask why they're there, who put them there. Do they remember?
The trees tell you that basically ever so often there is a bright light, and people, they say people very lightly, come out of this bright light and leave poems. And that based on the roots and the transfer of information that this happens all over the forest. You just have to know where to look.
Mm-hmm. Just have to know where to look. Do they give me any clues on how to find that out?
They tell you that specifically, anywhere where the dancing wisp flower grows is where they like to leave these poems. And, you know, at first it sounds weird, but you look at the bottom of, like, these trees, and there is, like, a very pretty light blue and light pink flower sprouting at the bottom of it. And every tree that has...
Like an animal's yogurt.
Yeah, and every tree that has a poem on it has these flowers sprouting nearby or directly at its base.
And I reach down. Are these, Trying to remember off the top of my head how flower fucking works. Are there any seeds I can grab from these flowers?
Yeah. They're basically, the seeds are very, like, deep within the flower, like the center of it. And you would just have to, like, pull them out.
I'll very politely ask if they mind if I take a few for myself, because I can talk to the flowers.
The flowers, say, "No, please, spread life. Take as many as you need."
How many flowers are there?
At the bottom of this tree, there are 5.
And how big are these flowers?
They can fit in, like, the palm of your hand.
Would you say, like, daisy size?
They're, like, moonflower sized. They actually look a lot like moonflowers.
Moonflower. Okay, sweet. So, yeah. And I'm sorry, how many did you say
5.
there were? I completely blanked. 5, so I have, we'll say, between 10 and 15 of these seeds. Oh, and even 12.
Yeah.
According to Google, it's 2 to 3 seeds per flower.
Yeah, and, give me a nature check.
Sure. Uh, 20.
As you look these, flowers over as well, you recall, or maybe cross-reference a book you have on your person, that these flowers are originally not native to Kelmra, or really the material plane. These flowers, their origin is from the Aether Spine.
Okay. How do you feel? I'm going to ask them just like random questions. Johnny, how many questions do you have for these plants about the poems?
16,000 questions.
Of those 16,000 questions, let's say that I have like 7 minutes left. How much more can I fit into those 7 minutes?
Yeah, Johnny's just gonna ask like, oh, like where'd they come from? Even more like, who left this one? What do you think this one means?
Yeah, like
A lot of
specifically,
as
like,
much
hey,
information as we can.
I think that like at a certain point, Vivian also starts to figure out, it's like, hey, this poem is about grief and loss and about like war and about you know, the changing of cultures. And she's like, what do you think of that? And the flower's like, what's culture? So I think Vivian just starts being like, oh yeah, this one thinks it's very sad. And just like humor and Johnny. But yeah, I'm gonna take some seeds and hang on to these bad boys. what was the flower called? You said the dancing
Yeah.
whisk flower. Okay. Yeah.
Give it all in all.
And when the 10
They
minutes
tell
is
you
up,
that basically they see a bright light and that people come out of it and they leave the poems in these trees. And they also say that the people, quote unquote, that come out of it are all different shapes and sizes. None of them look the same.
and they come out every
Not
night.
every night. They just say ever so often, just whenever they feel like it.
How big is? And do they do this across Barwood? I guess they wouldn't know. They're plants.
Yeah,
don't
they
get out
also
much.
don't know what's a farwood.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to figure out if we could travel a full day and then set some of these up at night and see if we can meet some of these people. Vivian would very much like to see the Aether Spine.
I believe it's on the Unfettered Epic, but
Yeah, travel to another
it's on
plane.
the Unfettered Epic bucket list.
Wait out.
We could wait it out.
You want
I'm
to?
gonna go to the rest of the group, and I'm going to explain what I found. Say that if we are interested, seems like there is a way to meet people from the Aether Spine that are leaving these poems everywhere. Is anyone interested in doing that?
Johnny, who is next to Vivian, raises his hand.
Everyone else?
Amiko would be interested.
Yeah,
Also, that's where Lysel's from.
It's true. Yeah. Hey, Lysel, how do you feel about that?
It'd be nice to take a trip back home. Or at least I would call them.
Do we want to delay like a day for it? Just like take a day to chill
Yeah,
in the
sure.
woods?
I would say why not.
For a day.
Not like we're on a timetable.
Hey, Arithel, this is going to be like a field trip, extracurricular.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, let's can we actually spend a little time, because these ones already have poems on them, and I want to spread out a little bit to spread more of these flowers. Can Vivian and Lysel try to find like a really nice, like lush, like grove or part of the forest that is very beautiful? And
Yeah,
lovely?
make me a survival check.
Okay. Is Lysel making that as
Yeah,
well?
if you both want to make it,
Yes.
absolutely.
Sweet.
11.
Oh, buddy. Much better than that. 26.
Yeah, you start wandering through the woods until you find that there's like a circle of trees that don't have any carvings on them. But like, I wouldn't say it's not like a full clearing, but it's, there's like a circle of trees that are, coincidentally very nicely arranged to where they make almost a perfect circle.
Yeah.
And there's like bushes with flowers on them, and there's like it's like a very nice looking little area.
Yeah, Vivian's understanding and definition of a beautiful patch of forest is probably different from other people that are not druids as well. So I imagine that, like, if it's a place that seems to have like a lot of animal foot traffic and a lot of old growth being overtaken by new growth and things that would appeal to her, is where she would end up stopping, and then finding these nice trees as well. She is going to take the 12 seeds and place each one in the soil and use druid craft to cause them to germinate and sprout. Is there anything else we want to do?
Go wait out. We should go chill
Dang.
out. There's no point in wasting time until the main event, right?
No, I'm
This
trying
is
to
where
think
you
of like
chill
in
out.
preparation. Yeah. Do y'all want to like? Do some of us want to like
Prepare a
hang out
trap.
off the side? No. Do some of us want to hang out off the side and like have Lysel wait and be there to greet them if they show up?
Well, we don't know who's going to be able to greet them. Johnny's the only one that will definitely be aware at the time.
True. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we just have our camp nearby.
Does anybody have the Find Familiar incense stuff components? I want to make one.
Balls, we should have asked King Yo-Yo. What do you think of that?
Nobody has 10 GP of incense. Alright, what
DM,
last one we use? Oh.
could I use Druidcraft and could I use Control Flame to make fine incense based on the herbs and stuff that I pick up in this beautiful grove?
Make me...
like a wisdom saving throw,
yeah.
you want to call it? Or like a wisdom check?
Yeah, make me a wisdom check.
Okay. Do I add my proficiency to this?
No. Just a base check.
Okay. Fuck me. I'm very, I'm rolling a coin today. That's a 2 plus 4 for 6, so that is a total of 10.
That's enough for you to use a combination of your magic to make incense, I'll say.
Would it be enough for Johnny to get a familiar?
How much incense do you need?
10 gold pieces worth.
10 EP.
If I use, let's see here.
I'll say you've collected rare enough herbs where you could easily do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual, get a familiar too. Get a bat. And Johnny gives it the decanter of endless water.
Oh?
Yeah. The same bat as always. Johnny seems to have worked with Vivian for a while to make a stable form of it that can linger.
Nice. Great. Yeah, let's camp out here and keep an eye out on the clearing and wait for these people to show up if they show up.
Yeah, do you want to, is there anything you all want to accomplish before that, or do you just want to, I am totally fine with yada-yadaing to the night time.
Vivian is also going to leave a small offering, some apple seeds, a couple of those rare mushrooms, we'll say like 2 harpy feathers from before, just like a couple of little things if they are that type of spirit that appreciates little gifts.
Yeah, and I'm going to, as the night comes once again, I'm going to make a roll. That's a good roll. As you all set up camp, the night just feels, odd. It's not a bad odd, but, you feel like a pressure in the air. And all of you hear this because it's quite loud. The sound of both, like, a magical eruption as well as, like, like the way a fire sounds when it starts. And you also hear the light sound of music. Sounds like flutes and whatnot, like a medley of flutes.
Oh shit.
And it's a very nice little tune. And you start to hear the murmuring of chatter. And, are you all, like, set up in a way where you can oversee, like, the clearing? Where you can see if something happens?
Yes. Like 30 feet back.
Yeah, so
it's like not right up on it, but also not hiding in the bushes.
You all see, basically, between 2 of the trees, this, well, I don't sugarcoat it, a portal opens up, and you can feel the intense magical energy coming from this portal, of wild, unpredictable magic, that sort of just, pours into the world, and you see several individuals come out. 2 of these individuals, you can definitely tell are fairies. One of them has, like, long white hair that goes past his, waist. And it is very, very fluffy and very, very wild and kind of, like, scruffy. And his wings look like a monarch butterfly's. and he is carrying a really well, it's big to him, a big stick with a bunch of like engravings on it. And another one is an individual whose like arms look like they are made out of tree bark, and their hair also looks like it's made out of tree bark. Also a fairy. But their wings actually look like that of a hummingbird. You can barely see them because they are moving so fast. And they're kind of like fluttering in one spot. And then you also see a bigger individual walk through who looks, I don't want to say in charge, but also they look very in charge. Has like a very strong looking stature, very tall, shoulders are broad, elvish looking individual who has like very light purplish blue skin with these like bright golden glowy markings along his face and along his arms, and his hair is kind of fluffy, but it's like combed back. And it's like a silver into dark blue color. And there is a one more individual that comes out. So there's 4 people in total. The last individual that comes out kind of looks like a mishmash of many things. She has like a bundle of fur around her neck. You can tell it's like growing out of her and it like comes out of her neck. Kind of like, it doesn't look much like animal fur. It kind of looks like the way a bee is fluffy. Just this fuzz around her neck. And she has what looks to be like a lion's tail, and then there are mushrooms growing out of her arms. And flowers growing out of her head that kind of like poke through her hair. This is another Aetherkin. And when these individuals come out, they have like drinks, and they see these like offerings that were left for you, and they kind of like look down at them. The portal is still open, and the elf-looking individual, he plucks some of the things off the ground and says, "Oh, how nice. Bumble, Juniper, I think these things would be better suited for you." And the man with the white hair, the fairy, goes, "Oh yeah, I'll take those seeds if you don't mind. I really like apple seeds. I know you do." And
It's awake right now.
Would all of you have tried to stay awake for this?
I mean, it depends on how late they came.
It would be about midnight at this point.
We can probably stay up till midnight, wake up at 8 in the morning.
Hello? I don't suppose you are the folks who left those fine poems about.
The elf responds, because some of the others kind of, like, jump, and he, like, holds his arm out, and says, "Well, it depends. There are probably poems littered throughout this forest. I know I, myself, when I was a young boy, came through and left some. If you mean near this area, no, I do not believe so."
Then, would you know the people who did? For I have some questions for them.
Bumble, who appears to be the one with, like, the bark-like, hands and hair, says, "Well, I recognize this quite a bit, and I know I left one a few moons ago. It was a poem about a war that had happened in my home.
I see. What are you and where is your home?
Well, I, of course, am a fairy, and our home is in the Aether Spine. And they, like, gesture to the portal behind them that the Aetherkin seems to be standing by, like, kind of guarding. You'll notice that there's, like, a bunny that, like, almost hops into it, and she, like, gingerly picks it up. It doesn't seem to be frightened of her or, like, respond in fear, and she just, like, sets it down in a way where it keeps going in a direction not near the portal. And Bumble says, but the individuals that leave these poems are many and often. In any forest, not just the ones of this land with the tall trees.
Can we see through the portal?
It's very muddy, but you can kind of see the other side. It's kind of like trying to see through water that has a bunch of ripples in it. You can, but it's not clear.
Johnny's gonna begin walking toward the portal.
The Aetherkin and the elf both kind of stand, in front of it. And, say, hold, friend. It is not safe to just wander through.
Why might that be?
Well, if you've never been within the Aether Spine before, there's a chance that if you go in, you will not arrive where we came through. It could send you somewhere completely random and unsafe.
Lysel? Where's Lysel?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
This is true.
People up at this point, or like be in the process of it while Johnny's talking.
Is there any way we could obtain a safe passage through this space?
The Aetherkin, which is the first time that she has spoken, she says, "You want to go into the Aether Spine?"
You say there was a war in your homeland. Thus, there must be evils as well within the Aether Spine. Should it be unsafe? That prospect, that information, that discovery is appetizing.
The Aetherkin like blinks twice and says, "Well, the war is definitely something that's been going on between a particular group of fairies from the Manubrium and the clan that Bumble comes from. Since this is not something that I deal with in my own life, as I am not a part of either clan, I can't speak on it fully. But yes, that is something going on." And the elf will say, he'll like notice that there is like the rest of the group, and he'll say, "You are individuals of free will, and I cannot fully stop you, nor do I really care, but it would be against my conscience to not at least try and warn you or stop you before making any rash decisions. But
We appreciate that greatly. I am interested, of course, in what lies on the other side, as I think is evidenced by the fact that you are interested in what lies on this side. And I appreciate your caution very much. What may we call you?
The Aetherkin speaks up and says, "My name is Alicia. And you can call me Ambrose," says, like, the elven man. And then he points to the white-haired fairy and says, "And that is Juniper," and then he points to the one, that he already introduced as Bumble. And Bumble. And I will put this in DM references.
It would please us to have friends if we do ever decide to venture into the Aetherspine, which we might do tonight, or we might do it another time. If we wanted to find you later, is there a way that a place we could find you there?
The Aetherspine is very complex and hard to navigate, but those who call it their home are able to use their wit and their magic to find a way to navigate the twisted and confusing landscape.
Would you like to be our guide?
Ambrose and Alicia will, look at each other. And, they don't really say anything. They kind of just give each other an array of facial expressions. As if, they're trying to, look at each other should we do it? I don't know, should we? And Ambrose will say, "We can be your guide up to a point. Before we allow you into the place that we take residence, I would have to get clearance from my brother to let you inside. But I don't think that he has such a cold heart that he would not allow such things."
We are merely travelers and admirers of poetry and beautiful things and interesting things and things that are bizarre. And I believe that we have enough bizarreness that we could offer in return, that if you are of a similar mind, you would not go unsated by knowing us and by being our friends.
Yeah, Juniper actually speaks up and he says, "Ambrose, they maybe could help us with," and Ambrose lifts his finger and says, "Juniper, if that is something we will bring up, we will not bring it up when we have only known these guests for a mere few minutes. Please."
Johnny in his fucking face.
Oh my god.
What? Bring up what?
Juniper, jumps and he kind of, flies a little higher in the air and, ah!
Oh, no.
Johnny feels a little tug on the back of his shirt as Vivian is, full on, leaning back, trying to pull him back to her side.
There's just been a few problems near our village. That's all.
Oh, so what kind of problems, please?
Can I tell them, Ambrose? And he just looks...
Yeah, you can tell them.
Ambrose is looking at, is looking at Juniper with, this very unimpressed expression. And he says, "Yes, you can give them more details, Juniper." And Juniper looks down and he says, "There are random fissures of negative, to put it best, energy filtering through in random places like geysers. And they are creating portals into the material realm, and letting out aether-corrupted creatures. But while this is a problem we can usually solve and we can usually stop creatures from passing through in excess, because one creature passing through it will not corrupt, but the weird thing is that these fissures seem to be corrupting them automatically, dropping them in random places. And this substance that these fissures erupt is making individuals in our village horrendously sick. Well within the aether spine, you cannot become aether corrupted. It's not possible. But they are just becoming horribly ill. We think that there is someone purposefully doing this. And we want them to stop.
A great evil, assuredly.
Well, because not only...
How might we enter the Aether Spine without being separated?
Alicia, looks at Lysel, specifically, and says, well, since one of your companions is also from the Aether Spine, maybe with their aid, you would be able to go through with the intent to not get separated. But since you are strangers to us, this is not a protection that we can grant you unless we are inside. But since you have a traveling companion that is from the Aether Spine, if you stick close to them and enter in all at once, you would likely not get lost as long as you knew where you were going.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna hold out a hand to Lysel. There is evil beyond this veil, that of which it is my duty to digest. However, this is impossible to assure without your aid. He's gonna reach out another hand to Vivian, and your aid. And he's gonna reach out another hand to Xander, and yours.
My God, where are you getting all these hands?
This is out of control. He now has 3 of them.
Off of the Scanari, come on now.
I will take the strange
That one's a mage
extra hand. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna shake your mage hand with my mage hand.
And he's gonna reach out, and the bat is gonna reach out to Jowood, and yours.
Oh, easy.
And once we're all holding hands, Johnny's gonna pull everybody through.
Ambrose will nod and be like, if you insist. And, yeah. All of you step through, and it is the weirdest array of feelings. You feel dizzy, but also completely euphoric, but also absolutely wide awake, but also very sleepy, but also like your skin is burning hot, but also icy cold. It feels like a mixture of the best and worst feelings you've ever felt, and the most intense high while also being the most plain you've ever been. And within the blink of an eye, or maybe an eternity, you find yourselves on the other side. And that is where we will end tonight's session.